All right. I got 10 tentacles, 6 tridents, and 2 jars of dirt and 4,100 kills. Persona? I never played Persona either. But it's only way better. There's parrying and dodging. I do have Game Pass. I got Game Pass to play Oblivion, so we can try that too. Expedition 33. Interesting. Oh man, bro. What? Why do they have to die? Oh, that makes sense for the name. And it counts down? Go check on my bug, yeah. What is this? It's Juice World. I always thought that sound was funny. Well, that's a known Bethesda thing, where the game isn't actually optimized and then they leave it up to the community to optimize it for lower end hardware. That's not even a new thing. I didn't play it either. I played Skyrim first, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll give Oblivion a shot." I put Oblivion into my Xbox 360, and I said, "What the hell is this shit?" Yeah, I don't know why they did that in Unreal. It's stupid. Maybe it's easier. Wow. I don't even cuff my jeans. My. This is a test of our determination. I actually never played Stalker. I don't even know what that is. A lot of new games just been trash. I don't even. It's terrible actually. New games suck. I've just accepted that there's like nothing that great. It's basically what you can expect. Big companies selling out, growing too big, and then they're trying to manage their costs too much and make everything as cheap as possible and sell it to as many people as possible. Everything that you can possibly imagine is going wrong. But what's going to happen with all that is it's going to allow, just like we've seen it already with Schedule 1, it will allow for indie developers to rise. I think that'll be the future. With okay, Unreal Engine is easy to use to make a game, right? But it's not that good. They'll work out the kinks and they'll make it good. Hopefully copium, that's the idea. They'll make it better. And then it'll be even easier for anyone to make a game. Make a game out of anything you want. It reminds me of the game where one person follows everyone else, or like tries to kill them or something. A monster, and then everyone else is a regular person, and you work together to beat the bad guy. The hell is that? And what are we doing here? All right, we're back locked in. Makes no sense. That makes it. I almost die. Are we? We're fully praying. We need a shark drop. Oh, I used that shark early. What a waste. Hey, we got sharks? Crazy. my gosh. What are we gonna do when this is over? Oh, did I not? Hog. Yeah, then we can finally play the game. It's crazy. Oh yeah, fire cape, that's a really good idea actually for what we'll do after this. Come on, Kraken. All I need you to do is drop the pet and then I'll go get a fire cape. Bro. Yeah, that's good. We got 53 more kills left on task. Yeah, they were doing that in Starfield too. All right. Where was the sales at? Do you ever go to Rise? They suck? Why? This cart was $10. I can feel you. I can see you on that. I just go on the website and I look whatever's on sale. Yeah. That's a nice for. Oh, I've seen that brand before. I didn't know that was them. Let's see what they got here. Man, I'm getting a ton of serums right now. Right now Rise doesn't have any great deals, but if you check their website regularly, you can get carts for $10, $12. Bro. You mean like the popcorn ones? They give you more? Is anyone playing the Dragon Wilds? Are you still playing it, Matt? Oh, I know exactly what you're saying, but the stem doesn't weigh anything at all, bro. It really doesn't. Took a break. Yeah, stem. It does weigh something. Doesn't weigh much. This is all good. So, I don't want to, like, talk bad about Oblivion before you get it. Not that it's bad at all, it's great. But it kind of felt a little repetitive for the main storyline. Oh, what am I doing? Basically, the gist of it is there's these big gates that appear outside cities, and you gotta go fight, and you gotta go into the gate, fight the monsters in there, and close that shit. But it's really less about the fighting, and I just run through the gate like a maze. Run, book it. Run. Don't stop. Oh. For the main storyline, I saying, bro. The main story of Oblivion it feels kind of repetitive, but it's not bad at all. There are the gates that open up outside cities, Oblivion gates, and you have to go around closing them. You go into the gate and you fight the monsters in there, and you close the gate. But for me, you don't even really fight them, you just run through the whole gate. Just boom, 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 like a maze. But it looks really good, and it plays nice, and it's good. But that part of it it's like super repetitive to me. I don't know how far we are. I don't know how far I am in the game. Yeah, the side quest is really where it's going to be at. The Dark Brotherhood was better than in Skyrim. When I was playing, that quest started for me. I didn't get to do any of it though. Or they told me to go do something, and then they would come to me again. Matt, any idea how long you've been playing Dragon Wild? Someone here said they beat it in 20 hours. 20 hours? And they said they beat it in 20 hours. There's not much to do. I guess it's kind of like where Schedule 1 is at, but I think they've done some stuff. I haven't played in like a week now, though. Oh, I didn't bring prayer potions. All right, we're not gonna be here long. Who let me forget prayer potions? $4,130 Kraken kills, bro. Why does it have to be like this? I'm gonna look up, oh wait, I gotta go to the bank, actually. I was gonna look up extinction, whatever. Or what is it? Excursion? Extinction. Expedition. Excursion. What the fuck's wrong with me? Expedition. I think that's a car too. I should know that. Oh yeah. No. What was this with a mouse? I want to use up my last 3 charges on this bracelet, then we'll bank, and then we'll be in a better spot. I was gonna show him kill count. Killed this Kraken 4,133 times. True. We will stay determined. We will not give up in the face of adversity. Matt, how many blinkers do we have to take? Just give me a number. Gonna give me some stupid number. For the Kraken, yeah, for the Kraken pet to appear. Oh man. Let's see. There'll be a choice too. 14 lingers, the whole thing will be gone. Oh. 41 more kills for this task. 3 in 1? Oh my gosh. That's how you summon the Kraken. Sometimes I wonder if it's even real. We're gonna find this Kraken one way or another. What was this guy doing on TikTok? Lime juice, eating wasabi, and running through dry. What the hell? What's wrong with this guy? Did it give him superpowers? He probably felt like he had superpowers. Oh, I could still be bringing, even though I didn't bring prayer potion. With the shock collar? No, he's bugging. Bang, bang. Oh yeah, can't give up now. Oh shit. I gotta get them on a timer. Next kill count. Hog. What we wanted to happen happened. This. That. Oh. Do we need to buy prayer potions? Or do we have them? Oh, we have them. The pacifist rat, what is going on? Hypsical skyblock? I don't even know what this skyblock is. For RuneScape? I think it takes 2,500 hours. Maybe even 3,500 hours. Farming alone in Skyblock takes 1,400 hours. What are you farming? Well, I mean, there's different levels to this. Skyblock run? What is this? I don't even know what this is. Okay. So, do you not trade at all? You have to get everything yourself in that game? So, when I said 3,500 hours for RuneScape, that was with trading everything. But only really super hardcore RuneScape people do it without trading. You can do that, but then you're like a insane Giga Chad. You would be cracked in the sense that you need help. That's probably good. Oh, so you can trade. What makes you want to do the farming yourself then, though? There are certain things you have to farm. That makes sense. There are things in this game that are not tradable that you have to get yourself. What am I doing? Extraction shooter? No. Maybe I'll look up a video of Skyblock. It does. Oh, bro. Barkov? I don't think I know that either. We'll hit this one, take this, do this. All right, let's just set up farming this. Is it Minecraft or is it something else?
Let me start this video off with a question.
Bruh. Why is this an hour? Slimmer's really gonna say react punk.
Question. How long exactly is 1,000 hours? And what exactly can you do in 1,000 hours?
Can do a lot.
Well, I asked ChatGPT. I figured I ask ChatGPT that question, and a few of the answers were kind of funny. The average TV episode is about 45 minutes. You can watch over 1,300 episodes within 1,000 hours. That's like,
The first thing it says is to tell you to do is watch TV.
like binge watching The Office from start to finish it 10 times. And One Piece ones. It's often said that reaching basic fluency in a foreign language can take around 480 hours of study, which means I could have learned 2 whole languages. Flying across the world, the average long-haul flight is about 8 hours long. You could fly back and forth from New York to Paris more than 60 times. Could listen to roughly 20,000 songs. I could prepare 1,000 meals. That's enough to cover all your lunches and dinners for a year. I could walk 3,000 miles, which is the equivalent of walking across the United States from coast to coast. And here's one
that is
of
also
my
true.
own. It's 1/10 of the time required to absolutely master a skill. So, what did I choose to do with 1,000 hours? If you've been around the channel,
It's really 15,000 hours, but 10,000 hours, you could say that.
for a while, you know the deal by now. If you're gonna make a purchase in the Hypixel store, like cookies, pet skins, ranks, whatever,
Whoops.
use code 30virus to save 5% and to give me a little kickback. You win, I win, everybody wins. But seriously, I would really appreciate that. But without further ado, let's go. Let's get rid of that last set. Let's start at the beginning. February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2023, is when the garden was added to Hypixel Skyblock. It was added because, to be honest, the farming skill
I wanted to
kinda
see
made
gameplay.
people's
What are we
islands a
doing?
mess. You'd have like 17 layers of full width farms,
Oh,
and
it's
it
just
would
Minecraft.
absolutely wreck
But
the
MMO.
aesthetic if you wanted to build something nice looking, and it would cause tons
That's
of
what I
lag, and
forgot
people
about
would
that.
macro on their private island and make way too much money in an environment that's kind of hard to do any cheat detection for. So the garden came in, and I played this update for about a day, 2 days, was progressing pretty fast, got a bit of copper, some garden XP, and I figured I flex on my rival, Zach Plays Ann, in his comment section. And I'm gonna be honest, his reply hit me the wrong way.
30virus visited my island the other day, and he had the audacity to say on stream that he was gonna pass or catch up to my skyblock level. Currently, he's like level 234, 235.
Bro, what
so
are
I'm just not gonna let that happen. I swear, I will
What
no
is
life
this
game
drama?
if whoever gets close. Mark my word.
I didn't know it at the time, but this comment had goaded me into a journey that would take over a year to finish, and that is a completely 100% maxed garden in Hypixel Skyblock. In my Space Helmet video, I already talked about how I got a max garden level, how I got my equipment, my armor, how
He really
visitors
baited him.
worked, all the crop upgrades, Jacob contests, and even Green Thumb 5 of my full equipment set. Like I mentioned last time, farming is a very bloated skill
I've actually never played Minecraft.
in this game, and by that I mean there's a whole lot of band-aid fixes slapped on top of it, to the point where you need a degree to understand
can't start now.
everything, which I
can't
bet
start now.
you could get in about 1,000
No.
hours of classes, if I had to guess. And I thought that video of getting the space helmet was the end of my farming journey, because realistically, those last couple
I'm
Skyblock
crazy.
levels really don't mean a whole lot at the end of the day. I'd effectively maxed it. I'd gotten farther than 99.9% of players. But I couldn't help but stare in the Skyblock XP menu at the incomplete sections in farming. The sunk cost fallacy was in full effect. In order to 100% the garden, I had to hit 10,000 visitors, nearly double what I had by the end of the space helmet video, which, by the way, takes 833 hours and 2.5 billion coins in the best of scenarios.
Bro.
Because visitors take 15 minutes to spawn unless you're actively farming, in which case it takes 5. And that's where that number comes from. So if I were to AFK, it would take 3 times as long to spawn them all. And I'd of course have to serve them, and each visitor would cost on average about 250,000 coins worth of crops, which, by the way, I have to farm myself because I'm on an Iron Man profile. I can't just buy the crops, I have to go and grind for it myself. On top of that,
So
I had
there
to
is an
max
Iron
out the
Man.
composter, which, in addition to visitors,
But,
costs
like,
another 1.6 billion
why did we-
coins.
Why didn't we
But
add extra
on
steps
the
to
bright
Minecraft?
side,
Why did it have
along
to be
the way,
MMO?
grinding all these materials for visitors
guess why
in the
not?
composter, I'm also working towards the third and arguably most difficult goal, and that is level 46 in all crop milestones, which can range anywhere from 64 million for wheat or 320 million for melon collection. And across 10 crops, it's billions of crops. And on top of all of that, the admins added an update after my last video where they added pests, which are mobs that randomly spawn on the garden, and you have to kill them or suck them up in a vacuum, otherwise your farming fortune will drop and lower your rates. And in addition to that, they have their own bestiaries, their own items they drop, their own things to max, and I've done all that too. So, good news with money. I found out there's a lot of money I've been sitting on without thinking about it, and I've done so much farming, in fact. I just redeemed all of my Jacob's contests that I technically participated in, and I have a lot of medals, and I maxed out medals, so I might as well do this. And I also already redeemed all the tickets from the events. And I sold 20 mil worth of tickets from Saks, like, a few minutes before this. So let's see what else we can manage.
I barely even know what's going on.
So that was all of my medals. This is worth 12 million coins. That's disappointing, but okay. And then the rest is worth, okay, so it's 18 mil in tickets plus the 20 mil I already sold, plus another 40 mil I sold in crops, mostly nether wart. So there we go, we're back above a bill, just at the cost of many hours of farming beforehand, which is fine because I'm working on milestones anyways, but still, like, damn. I think that's a sign I've been farming for too long. I just dropped my 3rd atmospheric filter, bro. These drops are getting ridiculous. I have Overflow 6 bookworms favorite books.
When it's
I have an
MMO,
atmospheric filter. I have
is there like a
shipping
main
stereo. I
world
already got
that
one of each of these
everyone
already,
is
so
in?
this is the
Or do you
second.
have your own?
Clipped wings I've gotten like
Instances.
6 of. BDIs I've gotten like I'm just not even keeping them anymore. This is ridiculous. They really need to reduce how much farming you need to max this stupid game. And there it is. Nether wart 46. There you go. That's 2, 3, 4 crops maxed out of 10. This one I'm getting automatically because of mushroom cow. This one I'm going for next because it's easy. And then probably this one. And then I need to rebuild my farms for these last 3 because
What is the main place that everyone has access to? Like,
milestones are done. I also have more than enough mutant nether wart to upgrade the composter to max.
the Iron Man.
The problem now,
but there are non.
is that
They're
my
the regular
stores
people they
of
trade.
mushroom blocks are not going up because I keep on.
You could
serving
Iron Man this
visitors and
game.
they take them
I
from
don't know
me.
how long
So that's a
it would
bit of a
take to max
problem.
complete
I might
everything.
Have to farm.
But we could ask Google. Max stats can be 2,000 to 2,500 hours. I don't, but that doesn't include like farming all the drops from monsters and getting all the cool items that you might want to be getting. That's just like leveling up. Yeah, I don't know.
Mushrooms directly, which would really suck. It'd be awful because, like, what the hell? I had so many and sold them all to NPC like a stupid. It looks like we just hit another milestone. Visitor offers accepted plus 3 skyblock XP. 8,500. 1,500 more visitors and I never have to redeem one of those stupid things again. Bestiary is so freaking close too. We're at 6 out of 10 with pests. Like, I can feel this awful grind finally coming to a close very soon. And with that, I have maxed my garden bestiary. Every single pest. For a total of plus 60 farming fortune. The last one was slug. I never dropped any extra wriggling larva, but I have dropped a ton of crap. I've been looking into it. Just in this most recent binge, 2 rats, 1 bookworm's favorite
It's
book,
like speaking another language to
1
me.
clipped wing, 1 beady eyes, 1 chirping stereo. If you go back to the private island, I organized several chests, just casually as another 10 beady eyes, another, what is that, 6 clipped wings, 4 green bandanas, 7 overgrown grass, would be 8 if I didn't apply it to my fermento boots, 4 chirping stereos, another atmospheric filter, row of books. It's crazy. More pets. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention actually. I guess now that we're done with pests, I should probably toggle bonus
1,000
pest chance.
hours.
I believe you can do that now. There it is.
It was probably worth it.
Off now. There we go. Also, I'm gonna change my infinite vacuums stereo to probably beetle, right? Let's do beetle, because even though I don't want pests and I've just disabled my bonus pest chance, which hopefully should be like, well, it should be 0, right? If I am gonna get pests, which I am, I might as well get Pest Terminator books, which, by the way, Pest Terminator 4 on my whole set, plus working on another 4 for my fermento boots for cactus farming, so very good. Overall, very
Cactus
relieved.
farming.
If we max out visitors too,
What do you need
then
cactus
it's
for?
just milestone and composter, and we never have to do this again. What am I looking at? This is some. Oh my god. Another spaceman has arrived. This is his 4th time showing up, and hell no. Pumpkin, bro. Yeah, you can be disappointed, sir. That's just not happening. There's maxed out potato collection. Hell yeah.
W.
Never have to do that again. And with that, That is the entire set enchanted with Pesterminator 5. And there it is. Oh.
Well, so this guy did everything he wanted to do in the 1,000 hours?
Another milestone.
That doesn't sound like long enough time.
I need to make a cringe joke. My redeemed visitors is over 9,000. Plus 3 Skyblock XP. Also, I only need one more Pesterminator 4 book. And then not only
I think it took me 400 hours just to be able to come here and fight this guy.
Boots with Pesterminator 5, so I'd have
that's leveling up, so
no reason to get it anymore. We're already working on it. We have never mind, we don't have any books for it. Oh nice, look at that. Finally, we maxed out Hemo Vibe collection, and now I can craft Hemo Bombs, and of course, the
Bomb Pog
artifact. The problem is I already spaced out all the stuff required, and I need to fill every slot in this chest before I could do that. So we got a little ways to go, roughly a row of Hemo Glass left, a little over a row, 10 stacks, almost exactly 10 stacks left. I ran out of hyper catalyst, so we're using hamster wheels. It's probably going to take a few more months. Selling all of those red mushroom blocks earlier was a massive mistake. Not just the red ones, the brown too. I should not have sold that many mushrooms, bro. That was really stupid. But regardless, I think we can get a few upgrades here.
27 more kills.
Hey, there we go. Cost reduction. And there we go. Oh, interesting. The efficiency went up, so I guess it's able to make more now? It's kind of funny, actually. The amount of organic matter left is suddenly enough now because of that upgrade. Okay, so now we have to worry about, let's see. I'll passively continue getting mushrooms. I'm gonna try and deny all the visitors that ask for them. I'm also starting to deny legendary visitors because, I mean, look at the amount of copper I have. There's like 0% chance I'm gonna need all that. So there's some pretty funny dialogue, not gonna lie. Sirius, he'll just be like, oh, I know you'll make the right decision because, you know, mob boss. That one NPC
when you say for this section of the game, how much else is there?
Oh, it's worth nothing.
I'm just trying to figure out how long you could spend doing all this.
It's kind of funny. There's a lot of dialogue I've just never seen before because I accept every single visitor, but now I'm not. All the legendary ones, screw that. Unless they ask for like melon, wart, maybe potato, because those are the easiest for me to get more of. Yeah, man. 2 more upgrades. Well, there you go. That was I believe that was the last Pesterminator book. If you weren't paying attention earlier, which for you was probably like a minute ago, for me it was several days ago. But that is Pesterminator 5 on every piece of armor
repesting
that requires it, including Ranger boots and the full set of Fermento. You have to pick a different pest here. Now, I don't have Sunder 6 on all.
I guess I get it. You want to build the coolest place?
If I drop a third one for Cocoa Chopper, that'll
and show your place is cooler than everyone else's.
Who drops those? The Locust. All right. There we go. And then after we get another Sunder 6, I have a feeling we're not going to need anything from pests anymore, so I might as well set it to fly for wheat. Dusk, the NPC for runes, has arrived with a music rune as a reward. This is very rare. It is a 45% chance for the 2 music rune ones to combine. Here we go. No.
Rip.
Oh. There it is. That's the Sunder 6 book. Hell yeah, brother. That's like 12.5 farming fortune right there. It's also the last reason I have to kill locusts. I have a feeling, like I said, fly. I'll check the beast area just to be sure, but I have a feeling. It's so nice to see that, by the way. 60 farming fortune flat. That is delicious. Yeah, it's really just for the enchanted hay bales, and the tasty cheese isn't bad either. But wait, oh yeah, and tightly tied hay bales. That's what I was looking for. The rest of these drops are literally useless to me, right? I mean, I haven't even used sprays, not even once, so I have no idea. Yeah, no. I've dropped about 7 chirping stereos at this point. Like, I have enough bookworms books for 3 different vacuums. Like, yeah, we're all right. Well, this is where we're keeping it then. It's gonna be on fly for the rest of time, unless they add more recipes or something, because there's no reason for me to have anything else. I just realized we hit over 500 million overflow farming experience. That's disgusting. I'm also very close to finishing Cocoa Bean.
RuneScape stops counting after 200 million.
NPC all the excess enchanted cookies, and I am a happy boy.
But who knows how much experience you get an hour.
100 mil more, and I can get another golden dragon pet. Very exciting. And there it is. Cocoa Bean 46. Look at how close we are, dude. Only 31 more milestones. We're done with the whole top row except for pumpkin. We're done with netherwort and cocoa bean. I think next we're gonna do melon. I might be able to get away with my current farm designs, but definitely for pumpkin and cactus, we're gonna have to redo the designs. And mushroom, it looks like we're gonna make it without having to do anything specifically.
Were we gonna build stuff?
I think that was it. That is every plot finally cleared.
I guess they built everything they wanted to build. They're in the end game.
Be 10 plots completely cleared. It's kind of funny in a way, you know, 500 million overflow farming XP, and just now I've managed to clean the rest of my
It's
plots.
building the farming.
So now we're gonna build better.
That's what the real
versions of
game
my
is, building the
cactus,
farm.
Pumpkin, melon.
I'm starting to get it.
farms. Yeah, it took an hour and a half to do that. That was irritating, annoying. I think the time has finally arrived after much struggle and screenshot looking back and forth. I think we have our pumpkin and melon farms. Look at these. So the way this works is that you go.
I'm looking for a
here,
pet version of itself. 1 in 3,000, and I've
make
killed
sure
it 4,000
obviously
times.
90 degrees on the first axis, and then I think it's 58.5. And then you hold A and whatever the direction button is.
Only 1 in
Oh, there we go.
3,000.
I was holding shift.
What's the drops in this
That's
over here?
impressive. I believe our work here is done, because the way it's gonna work is it'll be like
But this is like I
just
can't
like a cactus
fight
farm,
this
like
whenever
every
I
other
want.
block is gonna be.
Like I can
Did I
only
even
fight
show
this guy
them?
100 times, then I have
Did
to
I even
wait.
show with the finished cactus
I'm gonna have to go
farm
do
and stuff?
regular.
Look at
I'm gonna have to go do randomly assigned jobs until
So
I
the
can
way
come
this
back
one works
here.
Too, is you just have 464
And I might only get to
speed,
kill this guy
you're perfectly
150
straight ahead,
times.
Run left,
And then I have to go do
and then you're
random
gonna
jobs
hit-
for 5
let's
hours
imagine I'm coming from the other direction, right?
until
Boop,
I
boop, boop, boop. Forward, go all the way.
can come back here.
Hit another thing, be on this line, go back, forward, and with the pumpkin and melon farms, it's a little different, but it's gonna have that zigzag weave thing going on. And you might notice it's half pumpkin, half melon. Now, obviously, I'm gonna put a wall here, so I can't just weave my way into another crop. But I made the melon one bigger because this is apparently the best crop in the game for money right now. I made it bigger so there's less of a chance of it not being fully grown by the time you make it all the way around. But I'm extremely happy with this because you move so freaking slowly that, like, this is probably one of the most no-brain farms I have
I almost
currently.
died.
So this is kind of nice. Anyways, let's finally make the stupid template. So configure plots, save preset. What do I call this? I called the last one cactus. Let's call this one
Cactus.
blocks with stems.
Oh, it's Matt.
And
I didn't do the
icon
blinkers.
will
That's
make
why the
pumpkin, I
Kraken didn't
suppose.
come.
Actually, let's make it melon. There we go. Okay. Saved your preset named blocks with stems. Now we go here, paste it. Now we should see the blocks slowly disappear and be replaced with only, well, the crops. It's only going to be the seeds. Oh, I like how the stems don't reset. That's nice. The new plots are configured, so all I have to do now is paste it across the whole row of 5, which is going to take forever. And then I need to build the little edges. And then I think we're in business. And then I think we might need to make a new mushroom farm. We might, because we're getting to that point where it's getting a little close to the end here, and we have not even close to enough mushrooms, which is really annoying. Because I had it, I sold it. Okay, that took a lot longer than expected, probably as long as building the farms themselves, but I've constructed the end pieces, and they look quite clean, actually cleaner than Melon King's designs that I based this off of. It's really simple, it's just some signs, you know, you do your zigzag, and then once it transitions over here, you'd think, oh, it just loops to a different crop, that's bad, but if you go over here, to the other side, I have this stopper here. Right here. I should probably open up the top here so that I can like exit. So there you go. This is what the end of the line would look like for my pumpkin farm. And then if I wanted to start my melon farm, I would just have the same exact angle, but just start here instead. So there you go. Pumpkin and melon farms done. Cactus farm done. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to make another stupid mushroom farm, but let's hope that doesn't have to happen. If it does, I guess I'm building another farm, and then by that point I'm gonna have to it would be a whole mess because I'd have to completely redo the way that this plot works. But yeah, at least for now, I'm happy with this. Let's see what things look like once we max out the other milestones. Okay, having used the farm, I found this really annoying issue that I forgot Minecraft had, where if you put a sign down and there's like a wall of
Matt,
water,
can you put this in
it kinda
RuneScape
bopped up a
terms
little
for
bit,
me?
and it wasn't helped by the soul sand, because there is still a little bit of a bop, but it's not nearly as bad. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend putting the signs, just have water. The soul sand, we'll see. I'll try farming it again, and we'll see. I think this is the final version of the farm. I'd be very surprised if I needed to make any further changes. This is so much better than this garbage. Wanna know what's wild?
I'm only kidding.
I got like 30 million pumpkin from just doing this.
I do find
I'd
it
like
interesting.
to point out, by the way, that my first ever
2-minute
contest
BRB.
in melon with this new farm design increased my personal best from 1.9 million to 2.4 million, and that includes halfway through me having to go and kill pests and redeem visitors, which wasted roughly 2 minutes. So like, damn. Oh my god. Really? I don't accept legendary visitors anymore, man, but now I have to because of overgrown grass.
Still running Master Duel.
Nice, I guess. Not gonna use it. Not accepting mushroom anymore. Pumpkin. I'm 3 visitors away from the next milestone. So exciting. Boom. No. Okay. There it is. Bro. Even with the new cactus farm design, I still am not keeping up with the visitors. It's so freaking annoying. I cannot wait until this grind is done. Only 500 more and I never have to do this again. Never. The visitors' worst part Worst part of garden by far. Milestones, second worst. Composter, third worst. They're all terrible. All of it is terrible. Oh, hey, look at that. Your owl leveled up to level 100. Finally. That pet was so irritating to level. Because it's the only pet in the game that I'm aware of that levels up with taming XP. Ugh. But yeah, the EXP share with mining XP whittled it down over probably like 100 hours of gameplay. No big deal. Bro, the dream. Oh man, we're about to run out of visitors, man. We're gonna hit 10K. There isn't gonna be another chance until we start fishing, which unfortunately is still a high chance thing that's gonna happen. So this is exciting. I haven't done composter upgrades in like forever, but we're finally starting to build up crops again because I'm starting to deny a lot of the visitors that are just too expensive now since we're so close. Boom. Ooh, not bad, not bad. Ooh, you know a big one actually. This one. So much inventory space wasted. Boom. That's 2 upgrades. And the re-upgrades. Oh, time to buy the last upgrade that requires squash. From this point forward, it's only gonna cost fermento. Boom. And then finally, boom. Oh my god. That was so much. That was so much. How many upgrades was that just now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 upgrades. That is 24 Skyblock XP right there. We're so close to done.
18 more kills.
So close. I like how my game just dies every single time I do this. It's like it's processing like 6 visitors at the same time. I gotta go buy torches. Dealing with Reese is annoying, but it's fine because it's free essentially. I had this process dialed in. I've done it about 100 times at least.
He's locked in.
I have this process very dialed in. This is about to be a glorious moment. It says server closing soon. I think we are about to max out another composter upgrade category. This casually has like 50 million coins of condensed fermento on top of the hundreds of millions of coins worth of crops that I am feeding this stupid composter. Oh, it takes out of the sack? Oh. Oh, there you go. Organic matter cap officially upgraded to the max. And now I think I can sell probably about that. The rest will save for visitors, but that said, so close. I was not paying attention. I was completely enthralled by watching YouTube, but
Same.
We just got cultivating 10 on the cactus knife, which I think is notable because the only one left is Pumpkin Dicer. And I've come to a realization. I think we're going to max out everything before we get the fermento needed, because I need 16 more compressed fermento, and the last crop I have to max that drops fermento is cactus, and we're already 61% to too, so I might have to farm a bit extra nether wart, since that's something I'll need a bunch of for Blaze Slayer anyways, so I might as well farm that. Not exciting at all, but I mean, we're this close, we might as well. Did I just read that chat message correctly? I did. Look how close we are with cactus and melon, bro. We're like 80% with those, and then with pumpkin at 64. That's the biggest one coming up. Oh my god, we're so close. It's almost over. This is a moment I've been waiting for like 5 freaking days, bro. Cactus is one of the most annoying crops.
The grind is supposed to be rewarding. What's the reward anymore?
99.9. It's gonna say 100. And then finally,
make the best island so that
46.
your island is cooler than everyone else, like Animal Crossing.
Oh my god, that's so satisfying to see the word max in red text. Delicious, delicious progress. Boom. I've been getting richer by the second, dude.
Same.
I'm starting to actually get the chance to sell crops. Like, oh my god, I'm making so much money right now. It's great. We only need 11 more. Oh my god. Please. Okay, I have determined that netherwart's not gonna work. Have to do cane because the fermento just do not drop often enough. But something more important is coming up. Garden visitors served 9,999.
That reminds me, I should check out my dealers in Schedule 1.
Never mind. Visitor offers accepted is now at 30 for a total of plus 90 skyblock XP. And now I never have to give up my valuable resources to a visitor ever again. 10,000 of them. To put this in perspective, for a while I've said that the average is about 200,000 coins per visitor, but I didn't count the legendaries, which sometimes ask for like millions. So accounting for that, it's more like 250,000 coins on average that each visitor asks for. So by this math, that's 2.5 billion coins, more than I have in my bank, I have given to visitors. I can't express enough how absolutely ridiculous of an achievement this is.
NG took over.
It's insane, bro. It takes 5 minutes to spawn one while actively farming. Just one of them. And I did 10,000. That's
wait,
like
how long?
833 hours or something. I don't remember. Actually,
wow.
I could do the math right now. Yeah, it's 833 hours. That's just insane. In visitors, bro. But now, once we get the last few compacted fermento, just these 4, then I don't have to go for fermento anymore either, because that's the last
fastest rat. This is what you do? Oh my gosh, 900 hours.
Farm cane until I get those last 4 remaining compressed fermento, and then it's off to melon and pumpkin for the milestones. That's all that's left. Well, and the composter. I just had a thought, and now that I don't need to redeem visitors anymore, I might as well take everything of mine that I farmed.
Matt, what's the game you wanted me to look up?
Buffer. And I could just sell it. Probably like 500 mil worth of crops.
Expedition.
Just kind of chilling in the sacks right now. I'm gonna need to keep netherwart because Inferno minions.
Excursion.
And baked potatoes because
whatever
that's the final.
Yeah, excursion.
That's one of the last composter upgrades that needs it. Also, you know, hot potato books. So I
exploration.
Let's sell all this, dude. Oh my god.
Exportation.
The wheat. Oh, that is glorious. This is pretty much entirely only from killing flies in the past like 3 days. That is beautiful for just extra. Oh my god. The rest of this,
Oh
not that
my
surprising.
gosh.
Kane's not bad per stack. We might hit NPC sell limit here. Yup. I sold 30 mil worth of stuff earlier today.
In this game, in RuneScape, I've collected 30 mil worth of pizzas.
And sure enough, we hit NPC sell limit. One of the best problems to have. 2.2 freaking billion. I'll remember to sell the cactus later. I guess I'll keep the extra potatoes in case I need them for hot potato books. That is some delicious
Seems
money.
reasonable.
We need all of this, trust me. Did I really just drop a freaking larva? Are you kidding me, bro? I'm about to literally finish this entire part of the game, and then it
Matt's
decides
banking
now
pizzas.
to give me a 6th
Oh,
larva.
man,
What
that's
happens
funny.
if I try to eat it? Nasty, you already ate too many.
It's like
wiggly
my
larvae.
investment.
Why are you trying to eat more? Do you like eating them? I have just acquired the final
It's like the
condensed
real world.
fermento.
Things go
I'll
up in
ever
value
have to get.
as more players are playing
There's 14 of
and
them right
bots
there.
get
If I go
removed.
back to the private island, I got 12 regular fermento for that one upgrade, 4 for the one after that for 2 different trees, 7 for the one after that.
It's literally
14
better to
here,
put
and
your
then, of
money
course, the
into
other
items than
14
just keep it as
in my
money, because
under
the
chest, which
items
means
are what it's the items
now
are
on
what's
I can
fluctuating in
sell whatever
value,
fermento
going
I
up.
get, but I have no reason to farm it anymore. Now it's time for pumpkin and melon. Hey, it's the next day. I just had the weirdest thing happen. I logged in and there were no offline pests, just one. Also, I thought it'd be funny if I just kept denying visitors until they were all legendary. Then I got Maeve, and then I got Gold Forger, and I was about to deny Gold Forger so I can let another legendary take a spot. And there's a green bandana there. I'm just gonna let him sit. The time has arrived for us to annihilate yet another category of composter upgrade. Multi-drop.
Oh man, bro.
One of the better ones, if they actually made the composter useful. This potentially is one of the most important. And again. And again. And there it is. All upgrades are now maxed in the composter, except for cost reduction. And the only
Is it the same
holding
thing
us
where the
back from
bots
that
drive the value of
is our
items
supply
down?
of shrooms.
I'm sure that happens in a lot
We
of
are
games.
currently 3/4 of the way with this upgrade, and we're about 1/3 with this one, around 1/3. Did I completely
I gotta look up
miss
Expedition.
the milestone? I maxed out Pumpkin.
I
and was
understand
jamming out to
Skycraft.
some music because I got new headphones.
We're looking up Excursion 37. Oh, this is good. Before you buy.
And we're back with another episode of Before You Buy. That show we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. As usual,
looks
it's
interesting.
me, Jake Baldino. We've been very busy here at GameRanks lately, and today we're talking about Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So this is a game from new development studio Sandfall Interactive. It's an RPG heavily inspired by, well, I mean, look at it. It's like a bunch of things. It's Legend of Dragoon, Persona, Lost Odyssey, and obviously a ton of Final Fantasy. But while it's heavily inspired, they've made a
We watched a good amount of that video, Rat. The whole time you were gone, we just changed to this.
special game with a new world and new characters you might actually find really interesting. Long story short, to not mince words, it's got a few small weird flaws, but overall, Expedition 33 is an absolute banger of a game. This smaller team swung for the fences and went big. It's a great adventure with like heart and challenge and a real unique identity. It's something I'm gonna remember fondly for a long time.
Well, that's what people are doing in this game. The people are farming items and gold, and especially in like third world countries, it's better for them to farm this game and sell the gold than have a real job. It's crazy.
after playing. Look, if you're sick of AAA game sequels with diminishing returns or endless remakes, this game is your answer right here. I definitely recommend it. Now, before we keep going, just so you know, I've been playing a review copy, and this footage was captured running on PC and is spoiler-free. Aggressively spoiler-free, actually. There's a lot of good twists and turns in this story, so I'm gonna try and save that for you. So, speaking of story, just like the overall thing, all I'll say is that for me personally, it is one of the best aspects of the game. It's got compelling characters and a unique situation here.
This is cool. I'm not the big fan of like Persona, that type of fighting style. If it was a grid, a map and a grid, and each character could move 5 or 6 squares, and there was turn, my turn, then they went their turn, my turn, that I would like that better.
It's this fractured world where the oldest are dying off systematically 1 age year at a time, year after year.
Maybe I'm weird and this is better, but I'd rather be weird.
And
a 1% drop for a 1% chance to summon the monster from 90%. What the hell? That's like a chance of a chance of a chance of a chance. What's the odds of all that happening in succession of each other? What?
every year, expeditions, often comprised of the oldest, venture out in their final year to discover more of the world and hopefully defeat the force that is killing everyone, this evil paintress. Now, right from the start, it's going to grip you with this premise, this whole idea, and all the interesting questions it raises. What's it like to live in a world
Pokemon
where
type
all old
battle?
people
I don't
are
know
dead?
what that is.
What do you do with your life? Do you have children? Do you go out on this seemingly fruitless expedition? The opening section of the game dumps all of this on you, but in a good way, effectively, through strong, focused, cinematic direction.
Turn-based is ass, but we all play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Along with great performances top to bottom. Andy Serkis, Jennifer English, who you might know as Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3,
Best thing I heard all
Charlie
day.
Cox, our goddamn Matt Murdock, and of course, Ben Starr. Now, this epic story focus is great, but it understands it's also a video game, so you quickly set sail and venture across all manner of weird, strange places, you know, like crystallized caves, underwater sunken cities, places filled with
Yo, wait,
weird
they're
creature
underwater?
guys,
That's kinda cool.
mysterious magical forests.
I'll play this
a
'cause it's
village
for free
filled with all these
on,
little paintbrush minion guys. The game's writing does a good job of
Game
taking
Pass,
itself
basically.
super seriously when it matters, and they injected humor in some lighthearted kind of banter style ways that doesn't feel forced or obnoxiously quippy or flippant or anything like that.
It feels so inferior that the game is on Game Pass, but people are gonna pay for on PlayStation.
Just found a real good
Who
balance.
would do that? Why?
And the emotional moments hit surprisingly hard, man. But okay, like enough waxing poetic about the story here. The game itself is a turn-based combat RPG adventure. You roam somewhat linear levels separated by a big overworld map that you traverse through. You run up to enemies and in traditional kind of JRPG fashion, a turn-based battle kicks off. Now,
You're right,
look,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I know,
does have
I read the
interaction.
comments. Some people just
You
don't
could interact
prefer
on turn
turn-based
one,
combat, these
go in
types of
second.
games. But while it's traditional turn-based here, it also
I
has
don't
a
know
layer
about
of
in the
being
early
much more
days, though,
active.
not when
So
it first
as
came
an enemy
out.
does their turn, you have the opportunity to dodge, to mitigate some of the damage, or time something perfectly to do a parry. And then you get
Oh, so you can parry and dodge if you can interact by dodging them.
bonus damage against an enemy. It's usually a big gamble because you can take a big hit if you screw up, but if you pull it off, it usually events to a very powerful counterattack. The thing is though, on normal difficulty, these timings for dodging and parrying are really tight, almost brutally so, especially with the bosses. So yes, it's once again, it's one of those games with like some of the coolest bosses you've seen in a while, but you don't have time to really appreciate them because you're just getting your ass beat, just getting crushed into the dirt. Look, my reflexes are starting to slow down, I guess. I got my ass kicked. And I found this game way more challenging and demanding than I expected. Look, if you platinumed or breezed through something like
That's kinda
Sekiro,
cool.
you'll probably be fine here and just think I'm a baby, but just know that there are multiple difficulty options. Now, the remainder of the combat is awesome. Each party member comes with their own kind of sub-mechanic that gives you layers of ways to mess around and set up enemies for massive damage. One character kind of builds up a meter over time that allows you to unleash a special electric attack. One character uses like a kind of system of cards where you can stack and withdraw certain types of elements against an enemy and then cash in the damage when you really need to, depending on what they're weak to. One character leaves elemental stains on the enemies, and a lot more, really. The game does a very good job of seeming pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and slowly unfolding. Like just when you're starting to get the hang of things with your party or a game mechanic, they introduce a new gameplay concept. Actually, pretty substantially far into the game, I was getting my hands on new ways to engage with combat, and I just really like that for pacing purposes. It can actually feel all a bit complicated after a while. Tough to wrap your head around all the characters' own sub-rules, but again, it's worth figuring out, especially...
It does look like the battles take place in the world and not just on a flat backdrop.
If like you're a turn-based or JRPG pervert where you just like stacking and setting up massive attacks and you're thinking 4 steps ahead, you can really tee up some good stuff here. It seems like a good system for that. Now this, plus a simple loot system of different weapons with different elements attached, as well as upgrading those weapons with materials to stick to your favorites, just kind of rounds it all out. You're also getting these certain items to add to your characters that give you bonuses, like starting a fight with 1 extra attack point, or dodges giving you some healing, stuff like that. These have their own levels, and there are tons to find through fighting enemies and exploring and stuff. You also have a free aim attack, which is cool to kind of aim for enemies' weak spots, or potentially blast their weapon away.
Yo, it's a
to,
friggin' mime
get rid of
dude.
one's attack that maybe you had a tricky time with. I actually wish this system was utilized more. It's really good, but I'd love to see them like flesh it out in a sequel or something. So as your character earns experience and levels up, you can dump points into standard skill stuff like health, increased attack power, increased defense, luck. You also earn
Ghost.
skill tree points to
That's why this when I'm playing RuneScape is good. There's no pay to win. Well, the only pay to win is buying bonds, and you could buy. They let you buy in-game currency. What that did was it lowered the amount of bots. I think it did. Or people in-game real-world trading.
Unlock additional abilities, of which you can then bring 6 into battle at one
And
time. Say,
if people aren't real-world trading, there's less incentive for botting.
like an ice spell or an area of effect attack, or maybe debuffing enemies, a heal. There's quite a bit, and the game encourages you to mix them up decently enough. One of my favorites is one of the character fights with stances, and it's all about kind of building the back and forth and which move will then trigger which stance. If you do this move, but if this enemy has a certain debuff on it, that means that then that character will transition to, say, a different stance with more attack power or more defense power, depending on the situation. It really can require a lot of thinking, but in a way that I liked. As someone who doesn't do a lot of good thinking in video games, I think they nail it here. All these systems, all these items, all these stats, my only issue is that the on-screen UI is a little bit cluttered for it all. Like, navigating it is a little awkward, and at-a-glance stuff isn't really perfect. After a while, you just kind of get rows and rows of equipable bonuses that just kind of look like a boring list. I would have actually preferred a less is more approach here, you know, quality over quantity.
That's a good question. I could think about how much it would take, or how much I would, or how what do I have to think about? How much I could make in a day of playing RuneScape in-game, and then versus how much it would cost to do that. Good question. Buying it with in-game currency, or the buying it with real-world, you know, the legal way. RuneScape free-to-play is not that great. There's not much to do. The free-to-play version is just a free trial to see if you want to play it. Basically.
But I guess on the flip side, there is a lot to equip here for customization or player expression, I guess. Still, overall,
Oh.
it is a good system, and it all encourages exploration. There is a lot of side content here. Holy shit, like, I found myself trying to balance my playthrough with exploring enough to get better stuff, but there's actually a lot of sub areas to explore and hidden left turns that may lead you to an
Puppytron, what is
optional
going
sub-boss.
on?
It's got a fair amount of that stuff,
We're
and
chilling.
most of it does not feel like filler or half-ass stuff at all. The only thing I really disliked here actually is the platforming. Yes, the character can run, jump, and climb sometimes. It's most...
Yeah, RuneScape was always subscription. There was always free to play, but it's not that much to do. You'll finish free to play in a week.
optional, but it's very finicky and just not good at all. The games sometimes want you to jump to ledges with like these very weak jumps and no real substantial grab system. Walking very, very carefully on very small ledges, your character just slides around. It's
Oh
awkward. It
no,
feels
the
like it's forced
cave
into the
kraken
game. It
task
doesn't
is
really work,
over,
and I found
bro.
it extremely frustrating at times. Also, there's not really a map. Like, there's an overworld map, which unfortunately just has icons and not a lot of names on all of these locations. That kind of makes keeping track of things a little annoying. But like when you're in the individual areas, even if they're somewhat linear with just some branching paths, you don't really have any map of any sort that I could find, which makes things a little tricky in terms of backtracking or hunting for things. You know, sometimes
Yeah, if you're free to play, it's just way less stuff to do. It's like 1/10 of the things to do.
I would take a left turn or do a loop and I would get lost once or twice.
It's just
Now,
a free trial.
The only other criticism I have
The
is that you
quests,
spend so
places
much time
to go.
out in the wild world adventuring with strange creatures and seeing magical stuff that I actually wanted to spend more time in the home area where the characters originally
Oh, why
came
is
from.
this like...
That area, that setup is just that good. So I guess that's kind of just a backhanded compliment. Technically, I had a bit of stuttering here and there, Unreal Engine stuff, and you know, some graphical glitches in
Unreal
cutscenes,
Engine.
like weird shimmering hair effects, but I've had nothing really super distracting or game breaking. I also had no crashes either. But there's quite a bit of game here. It's finishable in 30 to 40 hours depending on how you play. The game really does a good job of pacing it out right and not overstaying its welcome. It doesn't drag on too long. And you can get more mileage out of it a little bit with all the side content, and there's a new game plus. So it really just feels like they did check a lot of the right boxes here. Oh, also, I forgot to mention the music. It's some of the best I've heard in a game in a long time. Like the main theme and motifs and some of the battle themes, especially the French themed ones, I just catch myself humming them to myself during the day. So I guess that's a sign of success. Look, aside from a few little nitpicks here and there, I get it. I've totally kissed this game's ass, but like it's new IP. It's heavily inspired, but still manages to feel fresh. It's not super padded or overextended. It doesn't feel rushed, undercooked, or half-assed. It's a single-player adventure with no microtransactions, and it's $50 US. As a video game player, as a video game enjoyer, as a video game purchaser, this is exactly the type of game I'm looking for. So it just hit at the right time for me. Maybe it's gonna hit for you, but this is a before you buy. You know how this goes by now. I give you some pros, some cons, and some personal opinion. And now I wanna hear yours.
Oh, what do
down in
you
the
do to
comments.
do the
If you were
parrying?
anticipating this
What do you
game,
press?
I'd love to know if you jumped in right away, if it's meeting your expectations. Maybe you didn't hear about it, or maybe you heard me talking about it in videos months ago and I said it looked good and you didn't.
Is that how much they said it was? Well, it's on Game Pass, which is $20 a month. E for parry, Q for dodge on the computer.
You want to listen to me. Whoever you are, let's talk down in the comments. Any more questions for me? You can hit me up on social media anywhere, YouTube, everywhere, at Jake Baldino. But thanks for coming around. If this video helped you out, steered your purchasing decision, clicking a like button helps us out. Thank you. But I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Puppytron is first, that's true. Oh, that was pretty sick. All of them attack back at once. I'll watch this.
I chained this massive rock to a random guy. And when this chain runs out, it's going to pull him to the bottom of the ocean. And this is only the first of 7 death traps we have planned for him. Like
What?
bouncing hundreds of feet in the
He's
air,
just gonna die?
from a 1,000-pound grizzly bear, driving through a literal minefield, and so much more. And if he can survive all of that, I'll give him half
How can Mr. Beast do this? People are gonna die.
$1 million.
We'll have a tournament, custom ban list in 15 hours.
But first things first, he'll have to escape this trap, which, like all of them, is so dangerous. We had to hire trained safety professionals on set, and every second it takes him
They gotta have good lawyers.
to unlock his chain, he sinks deeper into the
What?
ocean. Oh, he's up! He did it! Congrats! Woo! You're now one step closer to
There had to be some kind of failsafe. I don't think they would just do that.
$500,000! Yeah! But escaping this next trap won't be so easy. Welcome to the second death trap. Open the cage.
What?
Take off your blindfold and turn around.
Oh my god.
This real-life 1,000-pound grizzly bear is now guarding your money.
I think that 50 grand is his now.
And like every trap in this video, your money has been split up.
It's the ban list is very large. You'd have to go to the Discord to see it.
On with you to the next trap. The challenge begins now. Good luck.
All right, I'm just gonna get froggy. Oh, he's getting so close to the bear. You went for that one of all of them? How are you staying so calm? I'm not. I look this way, but the reality is, I'm not calm. The bear just looked at you, walk by. Be careful, bro.
Even though Byron was absolutely terrified of getting torn to shreds by this bear.
Brother, the bear is literally standing
It's got to be some kind of like trained pets. It's someone's pet bear.
on one of the bags.
He's gonna rip that open.
The bear was fixated on one bag of money.
He's preoccupied.
Byron snuck around the room, easily collecting the rest, until the bag the bear was eating was the last one.
The last 50 grand is currently being eaten by the bear. Byron, you don't have to do this. You can stop.
If you're too afraid to steal that last bag from the bear, you can quit now and just move on to the next trap with the money you did get.
No, I'm not quitting.
Well, be careful. Don't grab it yet. Just maybe wait till he gets bored of it.
Hey,
He's trying to distract the bear away from his money.
hey, hey.
Oh, it's kind of working.
He's trying to get a killing machine to go over to him.
It might be the first human ever to want a 1,000-pound bear to come towards him.
Oh my god, he's going for the last bag.
Oh, he did it!
Oh my god, oh my god.
And
That
for
had to be a
third of
trained
7
bear.
death traps, you might recognize the challenge, but we put a new spin on it just for Byron.
Take off your blindfold. Welcome to the next death trap.
No, Jimmy.
We're not even 100 feet in the air yet.
Oh my god.
Raise us up.
Will there be alligators?
Welcome to the balance beam of death. Or actually, we'll call it the $500,000 balance beam.
Your 500 grand is dangling 100 feet in the air. You must balance on this narrow beam, unlock each bag of 50 grand, and throw them on the target below. Any money that lands on the target, you move on with. And any money that ends up in the water is lost forever.
Oh my god.
You chicken though? You gonna walk across?
The only thing on this platform that's chicken are your legs. This is for you kids.
I don't know how he's even gonna reach the bags.
First step.
Oh my god, he's doing it. He's actually doing it.
Oh my gosh, look at his feet. This is insane. Now he's got to reach for the money.
Oh, he got the money.
This is scary because look, he's actually leaning back. Bro, what's going through your mind? You're like a scarecrow.
Jimmy, you're talking too much right now.
You're not talking enough.
Oh god.
All right, are you gonna throw from here? Oh, oh, oh! He landed one.
Don't celebrate too early, Byron. You still have 9 bags to go. He's lining his shot up.
Thinking of legs, my leg is cramping right now. Come massage it right now for me.
Oh, he threw it.
He's 2 for 2. All right, can he keep his streak alive? Third bag is off. Bullseye. Yeah.
He has $200,000 on his target.
And Byron isn't even halfway across yet. You feel that wind, Byron?
Oh, yeah.
The wind is really picking up.
No. It's very unstable.
It's actually shaking like crazy. Oh, he almost fell.
God!
Don't pass out on me.
Oh, he's just dropping him. He's just dropping him.
Oh, no, it bounced off.
He lost 50K.
That's not that bad.
Come on, baby.
And if you're wondering who this maniac is, his name is Byron. A battle-hardened
I don't think Mr. Beast has $1 billion.
And above all else, he wants to bring this money home to his kids.
And basically, he's kind of like us. Every dollar that not every dollar, but most of the money he gets put back into tournaments just to grow it bigger.
Let's go.
Come on, baby.
That's it. Oh! That's already $100,000 in the water. And if he falls now, he's losing another $100,000.
We gotta land these next two.
Right on the money. Yeah.
All right, the last bag.
I'm in my head right now.
Byron,
It might be $1 billion. You made a TCG?
Byron, you lost a lot of money on this round. You've already lost 150 grand and you're only on the third trap.
Jimmy,
Yeah?
I have a deal for you. You give me 100K back and I'll jump off this.
50 grand and you have a deal.
75.
Sure, just because I want to see it.
You're 100 feet in the air. What are you talking about?
Wait, what is he doing?
Byron, you're crazy.
I've been told that once or twice.
Byron, you and your $425,000 are moving on to trap 4 out of 7.
He jumped for extra money?
Welcome to the minefield of death.
Oh my God, Jimmy.
Buried beneath this minefield are 20 gargantuan bombs, completely hidden. out
That's
of sight.
crazy.
Come on, Jimmy.
Your job is to drive your money across the minefield, but be careful which path you take, because if you accidentally trigger a mine, all your money inside of that car will burn to ashes.
Oh, he's not driving.
Roger that.
But lucky for you, you have 5 chances to save your money. Put it all in one car. You could spread them amongst the 5 cars.
That was
it's
weird.
all up to you. So, this is car number 1. How much money do you want to put in it?
None.
Predictable. How about car number 2?
25K.
You're gonna put 25 grand?
No.
You can put it all in the last one and just pray you don't hit a mine.
25K in this vehicle.
Yes,
We'll go
let's
for it.
go.
And let's put everything else in the last car.
Any sane person would not have chosen to spread their money outside of the last car. But as I'm sure you've already picked up on, Byron's not exactly what I'd call normal.
So one of the great benefits to this challenge is that most of my experiences with roadside bombings, I'm not sitting in this vehicle this time.
Wait, so you were in a car that drove over a real mine?
Yep, the terrorists.
I think there's actually a plan. If you just take a straight line and hit the mines until boom, 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 and take out 4 of them, the 5th one will make it through, you know, if there's only 4 mines.
Roadside bombing too deep, and when it went off, it just created a big bump in the road.
I didn't know that. Please tell me this doesn't give you PTSD.
No, I mean, not really.
Lovely.
Not really.
All right, anyways, to the bunker.
Ooh, buddy.
And now, the remote control.
Of death.
It is rigged up to car number 1. Obviously, you hit a mine, the car will blow up.
Okay, guys, here we go.
He's moving. Whew. This first car has no money in it. It's technically risk-free. But the more of the map you uncover in this car, the better your odds are of saving your money in the next car. You could take the right path, you could take the left path.
I'm gonna go left.
I'm terrified. There could be an explosion at any point. Oh, no. Oh!
It is not left.
1 car down, 4 more to go. But this time, $25,000 is on the line.
All right, here we go.
Whoa!
I got a hitchhiker.
Carl!
What is he doing?
Carl's gonna make sure your car burns extra good this time. I would really avoid this next mine.
Thanks, Carl.
On this first path, he accidentally picked the side that had the mine, which means the right side is clear.
Do you regret putting 25 grand in this one?
Yo, 100,000%.
He now has another fork in the road.
Are you gonna go left or right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the right.
So far, so
He's
good.
blowing up.
I could have just stayed in there.
I told you.
2 cars down, and $25,000 of your money is up in flames.
Do we have to talk about it?
That amount of money could have bought you a non-exploded car.
Carl, he could kill you, just,
No, I'm very aware. I'm very aware.
All right, Byron, you haven't even made it halfway through yet. You only have 2 more failures before you send your remaining $400,000 down this road of explosives. At this pace, you will lose all the money.
Oh my goodness.
Send out your 3rd car.
Here we go.
You got this. You're the bomb. Just stand out there for the rest of it. Now you can focus better.
So right now I am completely unable to see my vehicle.
Oh, it's killing me that I don't know where the mines are. Any second now,
God, I don't want to look.
you're coming up on the next 50-50. Big decision.
You're going right.
Yep.
My heart.
Oh my God.
I'm so nervous. Don't forget, the more mines you trigger with your empty cars, the safer that $400,000 becomes on your final drive.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
Where are you thinking?
I'm gonna go left.
What made you pick left?
It's just a harder route. If it's hard, I'm doing it.
That's what she said also.
Carl, this is a serious moment.
Sorry, this is intense.
Yeah. Over halfway.
No bomb yet, but there could be several between this car and the finish line.
I'm gonna stay committed.
Oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Oh! So you now have a winning path. The question is, can you remember it?
No, but we're gonna go.
So using his last empty car, Byron made sure he had the route memorized. You're good!
Remember the route.
Because for the final car, all $400,000 of his money was now on
Too
the
easy.
line. Now that you know the path, I say we do something special for the final car.
I don't trust you anymore.
This time, we're gonna walk behind the car. Let's do it.
Onward!
So, if you
I wouldn't.
accidentally trigger a mine, now we'll get a front row view to his money blowing up. You sure this is the path you took?
Yes.
Okay, they're in a good distance.
Between 2 mines right now.
That guy right there is our safety expert, and he keeps telling us to back up. So, Byron, keep back up. Why have a safety expert? Carl!
Jimmy,
Stay on the
What
track!
are you doing?
we're walking through a minefield. I'm the wrong one.
Keep driving!
Wait, I don't know if I remember the path.
I actually don't remember if this is right.
Is it right or is it left?
Wait, stop, wait. He's going so quick.
You're 1 mile away from ending this entire video.
God.
Stop.
Congrats! Your money survived!
All that hype for nothing. What the fuck was that?
No!
It's on my neck.
Okay.
Gas master.
Don't die.
Wait, the car.
Oh, the car! Oh, well, stop it! Could you imagine if that triggered a mine and blew up? Oh, it's going back. Wait, it doesn't have brakes.
Jimmy said it doesn't have brakes and got behind it.
Well, yeah, I had to brake it. All right, anyways, duck behind
He
the
had
car.
to brake
duck
it.
behind the car.
Why are we ducking?
All the mines you didn't blow up,
Oh God.
we're gonna blow up now. Let's go to the next step, Trevor.
That's kind of cool.
Walked there.
Byron's a little harder to kill than I thought. But seriously, he'll be terrified when he sees the twist on this next trap.
Where was I supposed to go?
Byron, take your blindfold off. For
Yes,
this next trap, you're gonna be buried alive.
Oh my God.
True.
You're gonna lay in that coffin. Then I'm gonna seal it, cover you with a ton of dirt, and reveal the challenge. Do you trust me?
No.
Whenever you're ready, climb in the coffin. There's a hatchet there, which you'll need. You won't be needing this ladder anymore. Watch out, Carl. Seal the coffin. Sorry, Byron.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm actually helping you seal me in a coffin.
Permission to bury you alive.
You have my permission to bury me alive.
Get to shoveling, boys.
Oh my God!
Oh, Byron, I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
While we're burying you, check underneath your pillow. You'll have the greatest chocolate in the world, Feastables, and the greatest meat snack on the planet, Jack Links.
Yep, I've got them.
You have big muscles, right?
One might say.
And big muscles require protein, wouldn't you say?
I would.
Which is why the duos I gave you is pretty convenient because it's protein packed and made with 100% real beef.
Quite honestly, probably in the most uncomfortable position I've ever been in my life. And at least I'm gonna have strong muscles for my duos. Oh, God!
He's done.
You are officially buried alive. How does it feel?
I've been better.
As you can see, there's a giant flaming furnace with a conveyor belt leading towards it. Pull the lever.
Oh, there it goes.
This is not your money. This is test money. In a moment, this conveyor belt will start slowly dropping your money into this fiery furnace. Behind your knee, you're gonna see an axe. You're gonna use that axe to break your coffin, somehow traverse through all this mulch and turn that lever off, which will then stop the conveyor belt, AKA stopping your money from burning. Now, Carl, turn it off.
This guy's got some pretty interesting ideas. Mr.
Before I quit.
You never seen
It's
Mr.
on
Beast
you.
tonight?
Give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Pull the lever! All right, your money is officially falling into the furnace. Good luck.
Do you not feel bad burning his money?
Of course I do.
I feel like your actions contradict your words.
He needs to break through the lid of his coffin. I need to get out of here, bro. It's getting everywhere. And while he's digging out of the hole, I want to tell you about Jacqueline's new product, Duos, because it's actually 2 separate flavors in the same bag. This bag, for example, has their original flavor and their teriyaki. Boys, give it a try.
I really enjoy the original and teriyaki. If you want to switch it up, go for the mango and jalapeno.
Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to buy now. Look at all his money just coming up in the... Oh! Whoa, I just caught $1. That was crazy! Some of you are gonna think that's fake, but I don't even know how I would fake that. Byron, your money's burning!
This money is making his fire bigger.
Keep going, Lord! Get out of there! Over $10,000 of your money is burned! Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh, it's getting out! You got it! Oh my gosh! Don't cut yourself! Yes!
You're like a monster.
Zombie!
Oh, he's full of dirt.
Stupid.
Before we go to the next death trap, you let me know what you think of Jacqueline's Duo, their brand new product.
You are legit phenomenal.
Byron, I hope that jerky gave you a lot of protein because you're gonna need it for this 6th trap. Welcome to the next trap.
I'm a little bit nervous on this one.
Behind you is your $384,000. Don't move. Cue the trap!
Oh my God.
What do you think the trap is?
I'm going up somewhere.
In order to pass this trap, you must scale up this 60-foot tower while hanging this money behind you. And this trap is different than the last. It is all or nothing here. If you fall one time or drop a single bag, just
You
like
would
in other
probably be
videos like
paralyzed.
this, you will lose everything and the video will end. But there is a twist. You don't have to carry all of it. To make yourself lighter, you can leave some of the money behind. And all of this money literally weighs 200 pounds. So it's up to you to decide
Oh,
how
hell
much
no.
money to carry to the top.
So one of the things I'm thinking about right now is leaving it as high up on this as possible.
Ah, so if he leaves them on that platform, that's basically 3 or 4 feet less that he's gonna have to be pulling the bags. If he somehow cheats this trap, I'm never casting an Army Ranger again.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I can tell. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you can carry it to the top.
Let's push this body and see what it can do.
You're crazy, man. I wanna go up top. No shot he's making it.
A lot of people in my life.
You'll
didn't, believe that I
lose
could do it
everything,
and accomplish
including
the things
yourself,
that I've
if you fall.
accomplished. So my goal is to prove that I can.
It's about that time where you have to decide how much money are you going to attempt to drag up here?
It's all or nothing, brother.
You
I
are a
think it-
psychopath. If just one extra bag is too heavy for you, you'll risk losing all of it. You don't even want to just leave 50,000 behind.
Nope, I'm going.
All right, he is officially off. If he falls, the video ends. He gets no money whatsoever. And as soon as all these bags are suspended in the air, the full weight will be on his back.
That's way heavier than I was thinking.
Look at this trail of bags behind him.
He is literally climbing up a 90-degree incline, carrying 200 pounds of money. What's going through your mind?
That's like a second person hanging on him.
You brought the heat on this one, Jimmy.
He's going fast. Oh my God, he's falling. He is just brute forcing it.
Oh, God.
All right, the hardest part is coming up.
Oh, my God, I was there.
Yeah, he is 200 pounds long.
I can't give up.
Oh gosh, let me get out of this way. Whoa, this is insanely impressive. You have no idea how heavy this is.
You did it! You did it! Yeah! People don't realize how heavy money is. And when you have over 300,000 bills, it adds up. You only have one death trap left between you
It's all singles.
and me wiring you all this money.
Oh, God. Jimmy, let's do this.
All right, to the junkyard.
Where lies Byron's final obstacle between him and his money? Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. Let's do this.
Why are you flexing?
When I'm uncomfortable, I just start randomly flexing.
Okay, take off your blindfold. Welcome to the final trap.
Oh.
You must protect your money right here
Okay.
from that bomb.
Oh my God.
I'm giving you 3 construction workers,
Holy crap.
a ton of machinery,
Okay.
and you can use anything in this junkyard to protect it. In 8 hours, that bomb will drop.
Gotta go.
Good luck! In past videos, even when given 24 hours, contestants have failed to protect their money. If Byron succeeds in a third of the time, it will be a first in Beast history.
So now we gotta figure out what's flammable, what's not flammable. This roof is plastic, so that's gonna burn. We don't want that.
You have a ton of hoods over here. Do you think these will burn?
No.
So this could be like your blast shield at the top.
Yeah. All right, guys. I want to get as many of these hoods over here as possible. All right. If it burns, like there's like that felt on it, just rip that felt off. No fiberglasses, no nothing. It has to be metal and metal only.
Do you think these would be of any use?
Not at all.
But you could get rid of the plastic jugs and use the metal.
Yep. Okay. So what you're seeing me do right now is grabbing my cages that are going to end up becoming my buffer.
Now the flammable plastic is gone. He has this nice metal frame to put around the money. That's smart. Do you think these would be of any use?
Not at all. Considering what the bomb is potentially made out of.
Mr. Beats is helping him.
Accelerant inside. It's gonna burn
Come on, Jimmy.
fast,
No
and,
coaching.
This AstroTurf right here is flammable.
But it looks good on camera though.
I don't care.
Okay, I figured he would say that. They've got to make sure they remove everything flammable because the bomb might increase the temperature in there so much that it could light on fire.
So now we're gonna take this and we're
Oh,
gonna.
and you're gonna make like a
They would
shield
cook
with
it.
hoods.
Yep. So bring in our containers. Then we're gonna start stacking them as high as I can get them,
Okay.
creating a multi-story tomb of metal until basically I'm told I can't build this any higher.
You can build it as high as you want.
Okay. Well, it's gonna keep going.
Okay, good luck.
And as confident as he felt about his plan, Byron thought there was still a piece missing from his puzzle.
We're gonna create another layer of these over the top of it, but I want to get that money as secured as possible. And I know I said the less I have on there that's flammable,
Secure in the
better,
bag.
But if it's insulated, it may not affect the money at all.
In Indiana Jones, this literally survived a nuke.
Yeah, well, they don't make things that way anymore, so.
You don't think this would survive?
I mean, you know, it could.
Well, I guess Byron gave my Indiana Jones joke some thought, because it looks like he just found the holy grail in money incinerating defense.
What is this? What did we just find? Let's flip
Wait,
this.
that's actually
1, 2,
genius.
3, flip. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much yes right here. We're going to close the money inside of this, then bury it at the bottom of my barricade.
Now that Byron had everything he needed, it was full steam ahead.
Got it. So yeah, we're gonna start laying those across, over the top, and I need center blocks stacked in this dead space, all right here. The mentality that I have with things is success or death and everything.
I like it.
I don't give myself
Success or death. Nothing in between.
have bravery and courage without fear.
I'm not gonna lie, Byron's defense strategy was looking pretty airtight.
Well, actually, he's onto
It was,
something. You
until
can't
he
be brave
decided
if
to
there's
place a
nothing to be
massive
afraid of.
fiberglass boat on top of his structure. That's a highly flammable object right next to the massive bomb we're about to drop.
Isn't the boat fiberglass?
Oh man, no fiberglasses, no nothing. It has to be metal and metal only. I'm genuinely at a loss right now.
Time is up.
Yeah, dead serious. Like, I'm seriously just second guessing everything right now.
Wait, what'd they do with the boat?
How you doing, buddy?
Oh
The
my
boat.
gosh, Jimmy.
The boat will be a fiberglass candle on top of it all.
Buried me alive. You made me climb with over 200 pounds.
Don't forget when we drove through a minefield.
Made me drive through a minefield.
True, true.
Put you in a room with a bear.
1,000-pound bear, not just any bear.
A huge bear.
Absolutely everything comes down to this last moment.
right here in front of me.
Literally everything.
The only thing that really matters is always being a hero to my wife and kids. But the influential mind seeing that fear is okay. It's what you do in the midst of that fear. You can't have courage without being scared.
$384,000 on the line with your wife and kids here to watch. And it all comes down to this explosion.
Oh, man.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm extremely nervous.
Okay. Any last words?
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1, drop the bomb!
Carl was like eating chips or something.
Everything's on fire!
Let's go! There's so much fire!
There's so much fire.
Fire, a bomb just went off! Be careful! Oh, whoa, that is burning!
Go, Byron, go. It's under the boat. It's under the boat. It's under the boat.
Ricochet! Oh, there's still more! That is the fridge he put his money inside of.
All right, slowly bring her down.
Why is suspended though?
It worked!
Yeah, I wasn't a big fire though. The other fires were so much bigger in the other videos.
Oh my God!
Congrats on winning $384,000!
$384,000. We did it. This is going to change so much for us, Jimmy. I'm gonna buy a tractor for the ranch.
Subscribe to Mr. Beast.
I agree.
They don't got a video for us? I got another Kraken task. Oh, I have to buy salve teleport. What do I need? We bring in bloods. Pre-orders already sold out for the Switch.
Already sold out. The price of Nintendo's upcoming console was met with a lot of complaints, but that didn't seem to slow sales down. Pre-orders went live Thursday. Retailers including Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, and Target are already sold out. The $450 console hits the shelves June 5th.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it day one. They say, this person says Xbox is failing. I don't think so.
Back in 2005, teenagers were begging their parents to get them the new Xbox 360. With games like Halo exploding in popularity, it looked like...
And even if they did, even if they think they are, it's still Microsoft. So they're fine with you getting a PC.
Xbox was unstoppable, poised to dominate PlayStation and Nintendo for years to come. But just 2 decades later, almost no one has an Xbox set up in their living room anymore. By 2024, Xbox recorded its lowest US console sales ever, moving just 2.7 million units. Hardware revenue plummeted 42% compared to the previous year. So what happened? How did one of the best consoles with one of the most popular gaming franchises in existence end up failing? We'll explore that in today's episode of the Infographic Show, the real reason Xbox is failing. It's September 2023 and you head home with your newest console purchase in over 5 years, the new Xbox Series S. You hadn't heard much about it, but you saw it in the store and, well, it's the latest Xbox. You have to try it out and see how it holds up to the PlayStation 5. As you plug it in, you pause for a moment, trying to remember why you left Xbox in the first place. Whatever, why live in the past? You go online to check out which games to buy, and then you see it. A new Halo. That's the game that made you fall in love with the system all those years ago in the first place. A wave of nostalgia washes over you as you eagerly buy the
Halo,
game,
good game.
hoping to relive the magic. You boot up Halo Infinite and start playing, but something feels off. The gameplay is dull, the environments are uninspired, and the quality of the online service sucks. Disappointed, you decide to check out another tentpole Xbox series like, wait, where are all the big games for Xbox? What about that huge RPG that everyone's talking about? You could have sworn the developer announced it was coming to Xbox. You check and it's available on PlayStation. What? Why isn't it on Xbox? In fact, why isn't any?
What RPG are you talking about? Because I only know that Starfield is exclusive to Xbox and not PlayStation. It's reversed, actually. What the hell is this guy talking about?
Thing popular available on Xbox. And that's the first big reason why Xbox is failing. Game developers just don't want to release their titles for the console anymore. Why? Well, the Xbox Series S is part of the problem. It provides inconsistent support for third-party developers. Many game developers have experienced technical problems getting their games to work on the system. Xbox released the Series S and the more powerful Series X together in November of 2020.
The S holds back everything else. That makes sense.
Interesting decision instead of just releasing one new console to center the hype around. The compatibility between the two systems has actually created a whole host of other problems for the company, and we'll get to that soon as well. But regarding the technicals of gameplay, the S seems to be the one causing the issues. As Larian Studios said when asked why Baldur's Gate 3 had been released for PlayStation but was not yet available on Xbox, we've been developing the Xbox version of Baldur's Gate 3 for some time now. We encountered a few technical issues in the development of the Xbox version that prevented us from feeling 100% confident in announcing it. We were unable to get split-screen co-op to the same standards on both Xbox Series X and S, which is a requirement for us to be able to release it.
I remember
Baldur's
that.
Gate 3 eventually made its way to Xbox Series S and X in December 2023, but the damage had already been done. By that point, many gamers who were choosing between an Xbox Series S or X and a PlayStation 5 simply went with the PlayStation 5 instead. And it's hardly the first time Xbox has been guilty of massively delayed releases in the past few years, disappointing and frustrating former fans. As one user said on a Reddit thread lamenting the future of the company, "Where's Fable? Where is State of Decay 3? Why was Halo Infinite such a disappointment again?"
Where's State of Decay 3? Oh? Why is everything Unreal Engine?
As a side note, Halo Infinite comes up a lot in Xbox discussion threads, in the least flattering way. The problem is, when the highly anticipated games get delayed on Xbox, but are released on time for other consoles, it pushes more gamers to choose a different platform. When a game like Baldur's Gate 3 eventually arrives on Xbox, more than 3 months after the PlayStation release, most of the initial hype has faded, and many players have already moved on. That means only existing Xbox owners will buy the game, but no one will be motivated to buy an Xbox just to play it. When this pattern keeps repeating, gamers will naturally choose the console that gets major releases first.
Yeah, but, well, I guess I would say Starfield sells Xboxes, but Starfield wasn't amazing. It was still good, though. Worth playing.
Or even exclusively. In this case, that means more and more players are picking up the PlayStation 5 over Xbox, which brings
It's
us to
literally
the
just
other way in
Starfield,
which Xbox is
Skyrim in
messing
space.
up. You're scrolling through the list of games, increasingly regretting the $300 you just spent on the Xbox Series S. Not only does the console not have a lot of games that you wanted, the games it does have all seem to be available on PlayStation as well. Xbox is talking about how it's going to release Indiana Jones and the Great Circle in December of 2024, but then you learn the game will also be released to PlayStation in spring of 2025. Doom: The Dark Ages is scheduled to be released on PlayStation and Xbox on the same day, May 15th, 2025. What is Xbox doing? Well, it seems even Xbox doesn't really know. The company has almost no exclusive titles anymore, further driving down their console sales. The Xbox 360, one of the company's most popular
What's exclusive
consoles,
to fucking PlayStation? Am I crazy?
far, sold 14.9 million units worldwide in its best-selling year, way back in 2011. In comparison, the Xbox Series S and X have sold 8.65 million units in their best-selling year of 2022. That's 8.65 million units combined. Considering the fact that the gaming market has exploded in the 11 years in between, there's no excuse for the company to be doing that badly, except for the fact that not many people like them anymore. In 2011, the video game market made $74 billion in revenue internationally. In 2022, it made $183 billion. It's a mystery why Xbox isn't securing more exclusive rights to major games, especially since Microsoft has owned ZeniMax Media, the parent company of Bethesda, makers of Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Doom, since 2021. Considering they spent $8.1 billion on ZeniMax, you might think Microsoft would get them to make games exclusive for the Xbox. But Xbox can't get exclusive rights to other major franchises that would drive gamers back to their console either. PlayStation, for example, has huge games like God of War, The Last of Us, and Spider-Man 2.
I do not care about God of War. Last of Us is pretty good. It's alright. I would buy, okay. If I had $500 and I didn't have a drug addiction, I'm kidding. If I had $500 and I got an Xbox, if I could buy an Xbox or a PlayStation and Starfield or The Last of Us, I would buy an Xbox and I would play Starfield.
That it keeps exclusive to their consoles, besides PCs.
Wait,
anyone who wants to
that's not even true. I would buy a computer for $400. No, I'd buy a computer for $500, and then I would play Starfield on Game Pass.
Play some of the best games of the last 10 years has to get a PlayStation.
And then fuck your PlayStation.
Unfortunately, Microsoft doesn't seem serious about devoting time or resources to build
This video's coping.
out studios that would create a first-party lineup, a series of titles owned by the company, built by the company's own in-house studio. And the problem is, the more Xbox loses customers, the less inclined other game developers are to develop their games for the console. So maybe we should examine why Xbox is pursuing such a bad strategy to begin with. You finish scrolling through the games, frustrated and wondering what happened to the company you used to love as a kid. Who even runs Xbox anymore? You know Microsoft owns the company, but you can't quite remember who's in charge of Xbox specifically. A quick Google search reveals that since 2014 it's been Phil Spencer, and it seems like people online are not happy with him. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella named Spencer to a newly designed role known as Head of Xbox, which would oversee all of the Xbox properties, including Xbox Live, Xbox Music, and Xbox Video. But perhaps Spencer bit off a little more than he could chew. His one bright spot is the creation of Game Pass Ultimate. This allows customers to pay a monthly subscription fee to access hundreds of games on their console,
Pretty
their
genius.
PC, or the cloud. Besides that, Xbox
I like
under
it.
Spencer seems to be going from bad to worse. In 2023, amid layoffs at Microsoft, he cut 800 jobs from Xbox. Then in 2024, he cut
that his fault?
650 more. Each time he fired people,
Damn,
he would
it's
send out an email
fucking-
explaining that the cuts were meant to create a sustainable cost structure
It's
that
rough,
will support
dude.
the whole of our growing business. Needless to say, that didn't go over well.
All tech companies did that. This guy's
To the
dope.
people who were wondering how next month's mortgage would be paid. But as unpopular as Spencer may be among his employees, it is nothing compared to how Xbox users increasingly feel about him and Microsoft in general. To Xbox's customer base, it is clear Microsoft isn't focusing on Xbox. Even when they are, they don't seem to care about what Xbox gamers want. As stated on gaming site Level Up, everything indicates that Xbox as a console has been relegated from the main narrative of Microsoft's top executives. In a rare moment, when a Microsoft shareholder openly questioned what was happening with Xbox, CEO Satya Nadella responded that the focus is on PC gaming and that cloud technology should carry the video game business to everyone. Chief Financial Officer of Microsoft, Amy Hood, only talked about Game Pass subscriptions and microtransactions. All of this reflects a gradual shift in Xbox's strategy under Microsoft, particularly under Phil Spencer's leadership, away from traditional console gaming. They seem obsessed with transitioning toward building multimedia ecosystems rather than just a good old console. Which brings us back to you, sitting in your living room, wondering if you shouldn't just go back to the last Xbox console you had. You remember souring on it, but it can't be as bad as all this. So you go down to the basement and rummage through boxes to find your old beloved Xbox One. After dusting it off, you take it up the stairs and plug it in.
Xbox
It boots
One?
up, and you immediately remember all the reasons you hated it. In fact, it's what made you promise to never buy an Xbox again. What were you thinking bringing the Series S into your home? The biggest misstep Xbox has made in the last 15 years may just be the consoles they released, because users hated them. After the massive success of the Xbox 360 in the late 2000s, Microsoft got much more involved with the day-to-day running of the company. And as so often happens when business executives with no real connection to the product or its customers take over, the results turned out great. Just kidding. The results
usual.
actually turned into the Kinect in the Xbox One. The Xbox
Wait,
Kinect
I actually like the Kinect. You would be able to say the Kinect, Xbox, go to Netflix. And that shit would go to Netflix, dude. I actually like that. And then the Xbox One, this is another thing that they had. Xbox One would have a second HDMI in, and you could have your cable box go into the Xbox and then into the from the Xbox into the TV, and then you could have in the corner of your screen, in the top right corner, you could have the TV playing as you're playing a game. That was actually pretty next level. This guy's talking mad shit.
came out in November 2010, and it erased some of the goodwill the company had built up with its customer base. The Kinect was meant to compete with the popular, at the time, Nintendo Wii. The problem is, the two companies had very different images and customer bases. Nintendo had already forged a path as a more
I still have my Kinect.
family-friendly gaming console, appealing to an entirely different market. Meanwhile, Xbox was best known at the time for immersive, more grown-up franchises like Halo.
I forgot I didn't take the
cutesy,
blinkers. That's why
family-friendly
the
world of
Kraken
the
didn't
Wii
show up.
was perceived by some as a strange move, but the real blow to Xbox's reputation came with the Xbox One, which upon release took whatever goodwill the brand had remaining and just set it on fire. The Xbox One might be one of the most universally hated consoles released in the last 20 years. Not only did it require users to
I
always
didn't
be
hate it. I
online,
actually
something that
really
created a
liked it.
problem for people without super stable internet connections, but it didn't allow for sharing games or buying and selling used games. This really struck a nerve with gamers who had built up a whole market around used games. It also focused a lot on making the Xbox One
You could
a multimedia
get
console,
game discs.
touting TV and other capabilities. Many Xbox customers got annoyed with all those extra features. It almost seemed like Microsoft was focusing more on the other media capabilities that no one asked for, rather than the games themselves. The company's
Well,
also forced users to buy
so
the
cool.
Xbox One bundled with the
There's an app for everything on your Xbox now anyway. They just, I guess they were shoving it down your throat before.
Kinect sensor, adding $100 to the final price tag. Microsoft eventually phased out the Kinect due to a backlash from gamers and a lack of demand, discontinuing it in 2018. Unfortunately for Xbox,
I like
it
the
released
Kinect.
the Xbox One just 1 week after Sony released the PlayStation 4, and for $499, much higher than the $399 price tag of the PlayStation 4, which was also considered to be a higher performing console. The PS4 had more exclusives and seemed geared toward gamers rather than trying to provide some kind of ecosystem like the One. As Tweaktown's Derek Strickland said, Microsoft Gaming is doing everything it can to position Xbox as an ecosystem, but the public still associates it with consoles. Sony capitalized on gamers' frustrations by taking a direct shot at the Xbox's complicated limited disc sharing system, a hilarious PS4 ad featuring one person handing a disc to another, mocking Xbox's overcomplicated approach.
Man.
For most gamers, the choice was a
That's
no-brainer,
kinda funny.
and for Xbox, it was the beginning of the end. They lost a whole generation of gamers to Sony. Once those gamers got established on a
I had a PlayStation 1. I had a PlayStation 2. Then I got an Xbox 360, and I never went back to PlayStation.
PlayStation and built a gaming library around their console, it was unlikely they would ever be coming back to Xbox, unless Sony really screwed up, which unfortunately for Xbox, they haven't.
I think the PlayStation 2 was a really good console for the time, though. And they made the slim version. That was pretty crazy for the time.
And Xbox hasn't made it any easier on themselves since then. But more on that soon. You throw away your phone after reading all the Microsoft Phil Spencer criticisms, wondering if maybe the problem is specific to the console you bought. Perhaps the Xbox Series X would have been a better choice. It costs $200 more, but it has 1 terabyte of
MLB
memory as opposed
The Show? That's just probably one of the games. I remember that one. Oh, dude, I played that on like a PSP, dude.
to the Series S's 512
crazy.
gigabytes. There's 3 times the processing.
Look this up. MLB The Show. That's what it is. Okay. It's just every year. Okay. The new one.
Power and 4K resolution as opposed to the Series S's 1440p. You can actually play physical game discs on the Series X as opposed to the disc-free gaming of the Series S. Well, maybe the Series X is the solution. You look it up and then you realize that Xbox releasing 2 consoles like this side by side has also been a problem. And it's all because of something called the parity clause, which
I have a funny video. I don't know if we'll watch it, but I'll give it to you. I don't even know if I'll be able to find it right away, but yeah, the worst culprit of the same thing over and over again is sports games. It's the same thing, and the technology hasn't even changed in a year.
Which brings us back to Phil Spencer and his questionable decisions. He fervently backs a controversial policy for Xbox's new releases called the parity clause. This states that if developers want to release games for the Series X, they have to make sure their games run the same way and with the same features on the cheaper Series S. This was a big reason for the disastrous Baldur's.
That does even if I'm coping here, like riding the Microsoft train, that's pretty whack. That should literally be the difference of the Series S and the X. That's what you're paying for. If the Series S can't handle doing X feature on Y game, then that'll be the selling point of why someone needs to get an X.
Baldur's Gate 3 delay, as the company was having a lot of problems getting their games to work on the less powerful Series S. Some games, like Black Myth Wukong, have skipped releasing to Xbox entirely because of it. Developers hate it, customers hate it, but Phil Spencer, for some reason, he still proudly stands by it. Major developers like Capcom stopped releasing their titles to Xbox, including their classic Fighting Collection games, for years because of technical issues. Basically, Capcom's MT framework engine couldn't port into Xbox's system. While recently these relationships seem to be improving, Capcom reached a deal with Xbox in late 2024 to finally release their Fighting Collection to the console, It seems to be a case of too little too late right now, particularly because of the worst issue affecting Xbox, the fact that Microsoft cannot read the room when it comes to gaming at all. As you sit in your living room, you decide to check out if Microsoft has any gacha games. You love the ones you played so far, especially Genshin Impact. Named after a kind of toy vending machine in Japan, the gachapon, gacha games have players earn a currency in-game that they can then spend pulling or spinning on a mechanism to win virtual items. Players also have the option to spend their own funds to get more in-game currency. These games have been extremely popular in Japan and East Asia, and their popularity is now spreading all over the world. So you check to see which gacha games the new Xbox has, and you come up with nothing. How's that possible? How did
Is this guy complaining that there's no gacha games? What? Hope with the raid, what is going on? How was your stream?
Microsoft failed to take advantage of one of the
We're watching the biggest copium video I've ever seen. This guy's coping real hard.
fastest growing and most lucrative gaming markets in the world today. Well, it turns out you can't even imagine how badly Microsoft fell on its face when it came to gacha games, since it could have been the first to carry them all. Shanghai-based MiHoYo approached Microsoft in 2020 with a game called Genshin Impact, a free-to-play RPG that included plenty of in-app purchase options. Thanks mostly to this game idea, in 2022, MiHoYo
Xbox has Genshin? Yeah, this guy is coping. He's making stuff up as it goes.
would end up with
I don't think I've ever seen a worse video from this person.
And Activision, legacy gaming companies, and absolute giants in the industry. As of August 2023, Genshin Impact alone has 66 million players. And back in 2020, Microsoft heard the pitch and passed. They skipped on what would become one of the fastest growing games in existence.
I'm still here on the Kraken. 4,000 kill count. We're going to be here until we get the pet.
To throw in the garbage. Not to mention all the subsequent MiHoYo games that they also didn't feel like acquiring. Cut to a few years later, and Genshin Impact, along with similar games like Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero, are available on almost every platform except Xbox. When it was originally released, users could play Genshin on PCs, iPhones, Android, and PlayStation, but not on the Xbox. The game was finally released on Xbox in November 2024, but that was more than 4 years after its release on other platforms. By that time, Xbox could hardly be considered ahead of the curve, and anyone who really loved gacha games had probably already downloaded them all on another system already. So, is there any bright news in Xbox future? Well,
Blue Eyes.
the silver lining is the Game Pass feature, which has done incredibly well. As of February 2024, the service had 34 million subscribers, proving that it is really popular among Xbox customers. For $10 to $20 per month, Xbox Game Pass subscribers gain access to hundreds of games. Most users opt for the $15 or $20 tier, as the cheapest plan offering only
I've actually never even played Genshin. I don't know what it's like.
25 games is far less appealing. With Game Pass, players can enjoy titles that would normally cost $70 each, making it an incredibly cost-effective way to play. While the Game Pass has proven to be a successful
Just ask
model
Chat
for
GPT. It's a 1 in 3,000.
customers,
Maybe we could do that.
Mixed bag for developers. Some think that putting their games on
We're
the Game
already
Pass
pretty
model
unlucky.
devalues their work, as they end up offering the final product for such a low price. Not to mention, it decreases the actual sales of their games, which Microsoft admitted.
They'll
As
do
the UK
something to limit the
Competition
power
Markets
of Prime
Authority
Might. I don't know what
says,
it'll be.
Microsoft also submitted that its internal analysis shows a redacted % decline in base game sales 12 months following their addition on Game Pass. It's always a reassuring sign when a company says their sales are down by a redacted amount. While smaller studios might see Game Pass as a way to reach more players, the situation is different for bigger developers. These companies already rely on name recognition to drive strong sales. So the news of lower game sales makes Game Pass far less appealing to them. As a result, many of the biggest games are kept off of Game Pass.
Yeah, so Starfield and even the brand new Oblivion remaster being on Game Pass on day one is insane. It's crazy.
Pass, which in turn lowers the service's overall value, making it less enticing for gamers who expect access to top-tier titles. In the meantime, Sales of the Xbox Series S and X continue to disappoint, as the console sells less than even the critically panned Xbox One in the US. Plus, Microsoft keeps on insisting on a version for Xbox that wants users to play without a console, something that continues to turn lifelong gamers and Xbox fans off. So it seems that at the end of the day, the future for Xbox is not all that bright, especially as its parent company barely seems to care about it or even understand the market it's selling to. Is Xbox making the right moves by focusing on Game Pass and cloud gaming, or is it losing its place in the console market? Should Microsoft push for more exclusives, or is it too late to catch up to PlayStation and Nintendo? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Now go check out the real reason McDonald's is failing, or
I think some things what they said are correct, but a lot of that was coping. Some of it wasn't even true.
click on this other video instead.
Don't buy an Xbox. Just buy a PC. Anything you can do on an Xbox, you can do on a PC. So all you need to do is have a PlayStation and a PC, and you can do whatever it is that you want. I kind of want to see this.
So at this point, it's been around.
How can it get worse for Vitaly?
Around 2 weeks since Vitaly was detained over in the Philippines, having a public press conference and learning that he would not be getting deported and that he would be held there in the detention center until his case came back across their desk, which in Vitaly's situation could take literal years. Remember that this absolute clown was going around harassing the general public.
Who knows what the judicial system in the Philippines is like?
Attempting to steal police patrol vehicles as well as other items from the mall, and in general he made a joke out of not only their citizens but also their authorities.
I have a very important question for you. Can I shove this up your booty?
Man's asking the real questions. The stuff we all want to know.
He's not chasing me.
I know.
Hello.
This was something Vitaly would be unremorseful for, as he would even give himself a round of applause when they showed these various clips of his crimes he recorded during his live stream.
Man. No way. He gave himself a little applause. Oh no. And that's the president. The president was sitting down there at the table. The president wants to destroy this guy.
Now this was obviously not taken lightly by the people of the Philippines, and they would make it very clear that this type of behavior would not be tolerated now or in the future.
Hindi po namin siya i-deport. Mananagot siya sa batas dito sa Pilipinas.
And let me tell you guys, after doing a little bit of research, the Filipinos...
They said, nah, we're not going to deport him. We're going to throw the book at him.
...are not fucking around.
Oh no, mommy, I'm gonna get arrested.
I do feel like Johnny Somali was the one to put this type of shit on foreign countries' radars.
I brought the big oil. I was gonna beat her ass. I was about to P. Diddy her ass.
And now it does look like Vitaly is going to be the sacrificial lamb.
Pero so it means it's clear he will not be deported just like that.
Oh no, hindi talagang we made a conscious decision not to have him deported.
And not only that, he may just move to another Asian country and do the same thing, right? For his content.
The security of justice, who everyone saw...
They're not doing this for them. They're doing this for everyone.
During that press conference, actually went on this news segment and laid out the rules for Vitaly's detainment.
He's not allowed to vlog about anything which goes on inside the detention facility. He will live on the national stipend of 3 meals at 70 pesos a day. That's for all 3 meals. He will get special treatment. He will live in a common cell while an air conditioner.
So there's gonna be no vlogs, no cell phone, and he will have to live amongst the other people who are awaiting their trials. The secretary actually thinks this will be a criminal trial.
The civil trial, I don't know, it's civil criminal, maybe it's criminal, it will maybe last 2 to 3 years. Then the minimum charge, I think, will be 5 years per guilty verdict.
And at 5 years of imprisonment per guilty verdict being on the table, he might have literally racked up a lifetime of charges. Understand that Vitaly has been sent to the Bureau of Immigration Detention Center, where he will be held until a date of their choosing. And it
Oh man,
there,
he's actually
Talking
cooked.
about 3 people to a bed, no showers, no plumbing, rats and other rodents crawling around on the ground, and bugs crawling.
That's bad.
On your body as you try and sleep or really do anything else. Not to even mention the gallons of piss piling up in the rectangle-shaped community urinals. I mean, just looking at this place, I am in desperate need of a tetanus shot. I mean, there is a reason they literally call this place the Gulag. And I am going to be diving deeper into his living conditions.
He's going to the
later on in
Gulag.
this video, including an exclusive leaked interview with someone who was being held there only a few months ago. But first, let's get to the president of the Philippines, Bongbong Marcos, who actually made a reaction video to Vitaly's antics. He would actually take to his own personal YouTube channel to address this matter, and I do have the little Google translation going on down here at the bottom.
Give me your scooter now! Give me your scooter now! Yes, you're gonna think about it.
Ang isa pa nating nakita ngayong linggo, yung kagalit-galit na pinanggagawa ng isang foreign vlogger sa ating mga kababayan. Ano naman Pilipino ang hindi kukulo ang dugo sa napapanood natin?
So he's basically sending a message to the
And you can't beat. He gave them all the evidence right there.
Filipino people here, saying that they should be outraged by this behavior and really they're not going to accept this. I mean, to me, when the literal president is speaking up about your antics, that's how you know you fucked up.
Nakakalungkot dahil ito isang naging bahagi na ng social media.
Bongbong Marcos.
Nagkakaroon ng mga vlogger
What a name.
Na nanggugulo lang, nang aasar lang, nang
Sir Bongbong Marcos.
lang para makakuha ng mga viewers. Huwag tayong sasama dyan sa ganyang klaseng ugali.
And like I told you guys previously, I do truly believe that Johnny Somali is the one who opened up this can of worms. He's the one that
How many views was Vitaly getting on live stream when he was doing this?
In foreign lands. And honestly, good for the Filipino people for actually putting their foot down and dealing with this matter before it gets out of hand.
Tayo pumalag sa mga bully. Kasama nyo ang pamahalaan para ilugar ang mga ganitong tao. Sana ay magsilbing aral ito sa mga pagtatangkang pumasok pa rito sa Pilipinas para lang hamakin at gawing katatawanan ang ating mga kababayan.
So yeah, he essentially ends the statement there by saying don't take our kindness for weakness, and that they're essentially going to take every opportunity to make an example out of Vitaly and completely fuck him up. I also did want to show you guys this little bonus clip that
Gonna ruin the man's whole career.
About Vitaly, where he just continued to
His
run
whole
around
life.
acting like a menace.
Follow me. I need toilet, please, toilet. Toilet, please. I'm about to take a shit. Ay, caca. Caca. No. This is not how you make the burger. Show me how you do it.
And I gotta say, in all of these clips I've seen, the Filipinos do seem like very passive people. He goes in there and starts making his own food.
I'm the manager. My name is Vitaly McDonald. Ron McDonald is me. The manager.
Vitaly McDonald. I actually think that's kind of funny. He's stupid though.
As some sort of untouchable figure, when really he's just a glorified steroid junkie who should not have continued to have a career in the first place after some of the horrific shit that he's done.
Salt. Give me salt.
No, that.
Can I have salt, please? Don't worry. I'm cooking. Let me see what the fuck did I just cook.
And it's pretty safe to say at this point that Vitaly is just racking up all these different charges by the clip. Once again, another idiot who dry snitched on himself by live streaming the entire thing. Now, I've actually found several leaked videos where it shows the living conditions where Vitaly is currently at, and Jesus Christ, does it look awful.
Rats and cockroaches, overcrowding, and lack of basic facilities.
But before I get into the details about what's been going on over there, I did want to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Manscaped. Did you guys know that 1 man every hour is diagnosed with his anti-chafing same grass? And the best part, and my audience gets life-saving medicine and edition. So guys, head to manscaped.com/TCS to learn more about how to check yourself or make a donation to TCS today. So go check it out, guys. I promise the boys downstairs will thank you. Now, previously at this facility, this dude's father, Ferdinand Marcus, was out here doing all these crazy torturings at this place for decades. But honestly, it seems like the way they are still living while awaiting their trials is equally as bad. I think this dude just has that modern day PR team working behind him. And sadly, for a lot of these people being kept here, they didn't even have to necessarily break any laws or really step out of line. Most of it just seems to be like gray area immigration visa problems that led them to being locked away for literal years in this
Oh man, no, that's fucked up. Where? I'd never go there.
Visa violations,
What?
violent crime. Many say they are innocent, but can endure lengthy waits to present their cases before a judge. One man's allegations particularly stood out. He alleged that he went into solitary confinement without food or any human contact. He said he only had a rusty tap for water, which was undrinkable. He said that if you get sick inside there, you might as well be dead.
It's gradually got worse.
A last to leave challenge in the prison?
Which was no taller than 3 foot high.
I think that would be a good thing for Mr. Beast to do.
He just got covered in sores and bites. There was cockroaches in there. He just became very ill, and so he would not have survived 2 weeks in there.
There were beatings. People were treated there worse than we would treat farm animals. There, people just had enough. They couldn't take it anymore.
He says the not knowing when his detention would end was like mental torture.
Weeks go by and you're not getting fed, you don't have access to clean water, you're not cleaning yourself, and there is literally no access to any sort of medical care. I did find this other leaked video on Facebook that shows these guys all laying around looking completely miserable. It looks hot, it looks overcrowded, and above everything else, it looks completely unsanitary. You know, the entire thing just reminds me of some sick shit that you would see in a history book talking about how fucked up some situation was. And it does seem like a running theme in these different articles I've read, is that if you do not have access to money, you are essentially powerless. This obviously is a corrupt system where money, or specifically pesos and yen, can apparently get you access to better living conditions with private showers and even air conditioning, as well as the ability to jump the line and really expedite your trial. And this is where I get to this secret interview that someone recorded in the gulag, where
I think it was mostly men in there. Maybe they have a separate women's jail.
Where are you from, Peter? Queensland, Australia. Okay, how old are you? 66. And whereabouts are you now? I'm in the VIWF, the Bureau of Immigration Detention Centre, Warden's Detention Centre. You've been here for how long? 4.5 months. 4.5 months.
Oh my gosh. This guy sounds like a regular person.
Overstay visa. Yes, okay. And
oh wow.
General timeline for someone to be in here just for simple overstay? Minimum of 6 months, and usually around the 2-year mark. 2-year mark for overstay. Yep. Okay.
Now obviously I did have to redact his identity, but he says here that it's a 6-month minimum,
what?
And that the average time to stay there is 2 years.
There is no charges to fight. I mean, you're automatically convicted. And so that's just normal processing time. Could be up 1 year or more. Well, it can be 10 years. I mean, there's no set time. It's just the way it is. And you know of the medical treatment here. What is the medical treatment here? Absolutely none. I mean, I haven't seen a doctor since I've been here.
Here he says that when you get sick, they don't really care unless you have the money to give them to obtain basic medicine, and that several people have died since he showed up due to the lack of access to medical care.
When you leave here, everything has to be, you have to have the money yourself, otherwise you don't go, they won't take you. And if you become ill or something like that, basically, what will happen if they're not supplying anything? You die, I'd say. You die. Yeah.
So there he does say that if you do get sick enough, they will isolate you from everyone else, but it will be in a shed filled with rotting rodent corpses. He then talks about a 90-year-old mentally ill man who passed away quickly.
Well, nowadays they're having like the opposite problem where they're not even keeping people in jail for violent offenses depending on where you are. or rob, like, say if you rob a store for, and if it's under $1,000, if it's $999, you won't go to jail. They'll just let you out same day.
From pneumonia after he says the guards there purposely stripped him down and constantly threw cold water on his body. In turn,
The whole
making him
system's
sick.
messed up.
They shed on top of the hill. Is it sealed off? Like it can
Well, he had to move out. The rats were getting too bad in there, and then they started killing the rats, and then the rats all died, and the place absolutely stunk. So he did manage to move out of there into another area, another medical section.
And what did he actually die
of? New Jersey, that's where I'm at. Even like violent crimes, I don't think they're arresting people.
No.
Like they're arresting people, but they don't keep them. And it's not even they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay to keep all these people in jail.
That sort of thing. So basically, what they did is they got rid of him. Basically.
So they left him naked, slouched over a table, throwing buckets of cold water on him, which caused pneumonia, and basically killed him.
Well, that's basically what happened. Yeah.
And this
Oh
same
my
channel
gosh.
did upload himself walking through the gulag, and it really just looks like a
The
slum where everyone
gulag.
seems absolutely miserable. And at this point, it kind of just serves as a Vitaly POV. In general, it was very hard to find information on this place, and these very
Looks
few
nice.
leaked videos seem to be the only
Looks
things
good.
to truly document their life there. I don't know if the person running this channel got caught, as the video with the man was called Interview 105, but sadly there are only 2 of these videos uploaded at this point. But just to know, the fact that Vitaly is in this hellhole is absolutely insane, and it should really serve as a lesson for all of the IRL streaming clout chasers out there, that it's really just not worth it, and that you are far from invincible no matter what your cocaine-fueled, steroid monkey brain thinks. I mean, for this
What an
clown to
idiot.
continue his unremorseful actions, and to literally mock the people making decisions with his life, was just beyond stupid. Like, he should have been in there begging for mercy instead of trying to channel his inner Tate brother and do this whole photo shoot. I mean, honestly, guys, this could be the very last we
No
ever see of Vitaly.
way.
Like,
Look
he
at
is
the way
completely
he's
under their control
smiling.
at this point. But either way, I will keep you guys updated
Oh,
on this situation,
no.
so y'all make sure you subscribe. I do want to know what you guys think about this update down below in the comments. And I also want to thank you guys for sharing this video with a friend. I mean, it's just one of those things, guys, like you played the
I
stupid
shared it with
games
you
and
all.
win
You're
the
all my
stupid
friends.
prizes. And for him to be almost 40 years old running around doing all this shit was just despicable.
That's the craziest part. This guy's like 40 years old.
Like, honestly, there should be a case study into the brains of both him and Fusi and how early internet stardom completely fucked them up. But either way, y'all know it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other out-of-control streamers out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.
Crazy. That guy's bugging. He deserves going to jail. I'm out. That's enough for one day. We got 178 more Kraken kills. I can't wait till we can just play this game. I've killed the Kraken 4,212 times. I'll ask ChatGPT how unlucky that is, and how soon it thinks we're gonna get it. It doesn't matter. Say any number. We out. Bye. Ending.
Across our sight as pure and clear as a ringing bell, reaching for us in the night as the wind comes with us. I hold strong on this terror side, feel at peace, carried away by the wind song. Open the door and walk away, never give in to the call of yesterday. reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. No, I wish I could stay here in cherished halls, in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays. Great lights pass through colored glass.
So, what have we learned? If the block dragon resolves, not even droplet, grass, branded fusion, all of them can, not even all of them together can save you. Foolish burial. Revival golem, revive it. Now the Xeno guitar, they will turn those into a gallant granite. This is what you want to negate. You got to negate the granite. Ash, Valor, Imperm, whatever you got. Stop them from searching. And then if they can even extend through that, they've got other ways. Oh. See, this is only a midpoint in what they're attempting to execute, because they're going to golem the guards. Is this not like a greedy thing? Maybe. Maybe they didn't have the... Well, they don't have the bodies in the grave anyway to summon the block, right? So... Furious is now going to send Block Dragon. Oh no, not even Block Dragon. They're sending Redux. All right, this is crazy. They'll banish the Xeno guitar, and the Xeno guitar is what finally sends the Block Dragon to the grave. And yeah, so these are our Adamantine players. We're revealing cards on the top of the deck. Nothing, they whiff it. Synchro Summon, Baron de Fleur. Let's see, can they do it this time? Any good mills? They were able to summon the Supplier. Link that into Elf. I'm surprised the Elf isn't pointing to the Baron de Fleur, but maybe we'll see. No, not there. The Elf will point to the Dweller, though. And now Masquerena, okay. It takes a bit of planning, putting all your monsters in the correct position. Forbidden Droplet negating Dweller, Baron de Fleur, and the Masquerena, and they have the grass. I just talked about this. Will it be enough? I don't think it's gonna be enough. They're doing the Masquerena just a chain link block? Why do they do all that? Alright, Druid Worm. Somehow it was enough. How did their life get that low? Oh, they burned themselves down with the Millennium. So that's how that worked. Let's get the scores up there. Oh, they were trying to revive the IP back. Oh, it would be a different